record. Okay, perfect. And I'm so excited, you guys. So I'm going to share my screen. And first off, if you're new, congratulations and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And tonight is going to be really fun because we're just going to be going through the product knowledge in all of the basics. And so tonight it's a lot of information, but it's really helpful, I have found when you are new. And has anyone been on In Touch yet? Raise your hand if you have. If you have, okay. Some of you. I see Bria has, and Renee. And if you have, you probably can agree it's a little overwhelming, right? There's like so many things on there. And so tonight you're all gonna get the lowdown skinny of everything that you sell and use. And hi, Charlene, we're so glad you're here. Oh my goodness. So you guys, your goal for tonight, like your one thing is you'll probably want a piece of pen. A piece of paper and a pen. I'll be okay, you guys. A piece of paper and a pen. And your job is just to write down every product you see that you would love for yourself. So it's almost like you're making like a fun little wish list for yourself, and it's kind of fun. So that is your goal because it's going to help you with the little homework I'm going to give you at the end of tonight. And of course, take notes on anything else you would like as well. So yeah, you guys, and we're just gonna go through it. So you guys ready to get started? Is everyone ready to dive on in? Okay, perfect. All right, you guys. Well, we're at the start, right? And as a Mary Kay girl, you guys, the most fun thing I think out of everything, and probably not the most fun, but one of the most fun things is wearing the product well. Can we all agree? It's so fun to be able to wear it all for ourselves. And being a product ambassador or skincare consultant, you really are like the walking billboard for your business, you guys. And I have found this to be so true in my life. And it's really fun. And by walking billboard, I'll tell you a fun, quick little story. And so one time I was in a couple towns over, Amy and Renee, you were in Connecticut. I was in Brantford. Okay, I was in Brantford sitting at this cute little coffee shop, and I was just like doing my Mary Kay stuff, like just sitting there minding my own business. I wasn't meaning to talk to anyone on purpose. And all of a sudden, someone came up to me and was like, "Oh my goodness, I love your lipstick. What color is that? I need to know." This woman, because that's just how we are as women. We see a color we like, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, what is that? I need to know." And so I told her, I was like, "Oh my goodness, like it's this berry lip liner and it's Mary Kay." And she was like, "Oh my goodness." And I was like, "Yeah, it's like I'm a skincare consultant with them." And she was like, "Oh my goodness, like I love that color. I need it." And then long story short, I booked them, her and her friend that were there for a facial, and they came over the next month, and I think I had like a $600 double facial with them just because I was wearing a berry lip liner that day. So that's what I mean by your walking billboard for your business. And it's really fun to be able to wear it. And whether that means having glowing skin or, a bold, fun lip color, whatever that could mean for you, your job, and this is your sign tonight. Like, if you're looking for permission, this is your sign to wear Mary Kay head to toe. I'm giving you permission. This is your sign. Okay, you guys. And so, yeah, you can throw out, old brands, expired products, and this is just your sign to go full send, you guys. Okay, and I will say when I started, I think it's great if you're like, Amelia, like full send, that's kind of crazy. You want me to throw out everything? I will say when I started, I think just having the basics is good, like my basic skincare, my basic makeup. And then in every order I placed, I would get myself one new thing. And then over time, you'll have everything. So that's just a fun tip. So you guys, I know we talked a little bit about Mary Kay In Touch, which is amazing. And you can see under there, all the ordering, all the education, and all that fun stuff, but it is a little overwhelming. It is. And so tonight, I'm excited in this hour we're together to just show you really what the products are, who they're for, and what they do, so you can have that basic understanding and knowledge. And everything that you guys are seeing tonight, Anne and Mary Kay, is all paraben and fragrance free. And it's all up to European ingredient standards as well. And Europe bans, I think, almost like 2,000 ingredients, and America only bans like 200 or something crazy like that. Like those aren't the exact numbers, but I just know it's something like that. So that should tell you. And everything is all water-based and non-comedogenic, which means it won't clog your pores. Fancy terms. And it's all made here in the good old USA in Texas. So that's great too. So that is everything. And on the right, you can see that little pink dollar sign versus the like store with all the purple dollar signs. And the price difference alone that you guys are saving yourself now as a Mary Kay girl is like, it's gigantic. And for example, our foundation, like let's just say foundation, like that's basic, right? Our foundation is 25 bucks. Lancome's is like 58 bucks, I think. And it's the same in quality of ingredients. And if you're asking yourself, why is our price so much better if it's the same stuff? And the reason is we don't have any of the overheads that a typical drugstore or something at a Sephora would have because they have to pay for that. This is all going into the cost of their product. The price of the overhead of the brick and mortar of the building, they're paying the employees selling it to you, they're paying JLo to advertise it and wear it for you. And so all those things go into their cost versus we don't have any of that in Mary Kay because you're a direct seller. And so that's why it's so affordable. And you guys get everything, not only at that great price, but at half of it. So that's amazing. And yeah, so that is the price difference. And so the first thing we're going to go through tonight is skincare sets and supplements. That's the first thing. So what is each set? Who is it for? What do the supplements do? And then we're going to go over makeup consultations and a couple tips on that and what each beauty product is and what it does. And then the cherry on top will be body care. So you guys buckle in. It might be a lot of information, but it is recorded and you're going to want to take notes. So that's your job. Make that list. Are you guys ready to get started? Ready to dive on in? You can feel free to talk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm like hearing crickets. Okay, leave it to Amy. She's like, yes. All right, you guys. So to start off, in Mary Kay, we have 6 different skincare lines, okay? And I need to update this picture because it's not Botanical Effects anymore, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So we have 6 different skincare lines, and skincare is not one size fits all, as we all know, right? All of our skin is so different. So it's amazing that there are 6 different sets. And so the first one, this is going to be your bread and butter in Mary Kay. It is like your Chick-fil-A sandwich, #1 on the menu if you had a Chick-fil-A, right? So this is the Time Wise Miracle set, and what it does is it prevents aging. And so this is for girls ages like, I would say like 20s to early 30s, 20s to early 30s who are just needing to prevent aging. And it's 4 simple steps or 3 simple steps for morning and evening, 4 if you had an eye cream. And so it's a cleanser, a moisturizer, and then a serum for day or night. And raise your hand if you use this set. Does anyone here use the Miracle set? I'm curious. Okay, I wasn't sure. Um, I was gonna say the main ingredients in this one, there is vitamins B3, and that's like age-defying and brightening for your skin. And then there's age-defying peptides too, and that supports your skin's natural collagen and elastin. So those are like some of like the nitty-gritty ingredients. And it's so perfect for anyone in your life, like I said, that are between those ages. So that's the Miracle set, and it retails for just 116, and you get it for half of that, my friends. So you get it for just 58 bucks. So that's your Miracle set. And the next skincare set, you guys, is for repairing aging. And this is like our favorite. We joke and call it Botox in a box, as many of you have heard before, because it repairs aging. And so this is for women like mid 30s and wiser. I know Megan Chapman, she uses this and she's 26. So it just depends on who you are and what you would like for your skin. And raise your hand, does anyone here use this one, the repair kit? Okay, I know Renee does, Amy, I love that for you guys. And you guys, if you haven't started a skincare set yet and you're kind of overwhelmed by the products, I think the first thing you could do is just start with a skincare set. start a regimen. That's the best thing I can recommend. And so the main ingredients in this, you guys, are going to be age-defying peptides, like tripeptide 1 in plant stem cells. And then there is also hyaluronic acid. And hyaluronic acid is a very powerful humectant, but that just means a moisture binding ingredient basically. And so it's really amazing for preventing aging and having that plump dewy skin like you can see this woman here. And so this is 4 simple steps for morning and evening. It's going to be a cleanser, a lifting serum that tightens up your neck and your jaw. And then there's a day cream with SPF 30, a night cream with retinol, and the eye cream has a metal tip. And in our outline that we have written for you guys of what to say at a skincare class or party, it has a little more detail when you're explaining this at a facial of like, what does this eye cream do? What does this, cleanser do? That's all in there for you. But for sake of time, we won't go too into the nitty-gritty, but that is going to be the Botox Box. Time-Wise Repair is the actual name. Time-Wise Repair Kit. So the next one is for my natural girls, and we love our natural girls. They're amazing. And this is almost 100%, I believe it's 99.5% naturally derived straight from the ground ingredients. My sister is one of the many girls in my life that use this and love it. And she literally uses this on my 2-year-old niece since birth. So that shows you how natural it is. And it has a cleanser, an exfoliating powder, so you mix it with water and it becomes an exfoliator, and then a moisturizing stick, and then naturally nourishing oil is everyone's favorite. You can see we joke and call it Jesus tears because it's that precious. Like it's that amazing. And it's sweet almond oil and like sesame seed oil, and boy, that stuff is good. You got to keep that like everywhere in your house. And then it has the EcoCert symbol on it, you guys, which is amazing. And this is Europe's stamp of approval, basically. So it's really hard to get and very expensive to get for a company to get this on their products. And so that's why only the Naturally line has it, but it is EcoCert certified. So that is very official. No one can argue with that. So that is the Naturally line. And then the next one is for people with acne prone skin. And ooh, you could tell this is Amelia's favorite. It's my favorite. So this is Clear Proof. And this is for girls with mild to moderate acne, just acne prone skin. And this is what got me into Mary Kay because I started using Clear Proof. And the 2 main ingredients in this are going to be benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid. And I joke when I'm telling this to people, I say, these are going to be your 2 new best friends. Their names are Benny and Sally. And then I'm like, it's benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid. And this is what it did for my skin, you guys. This was me at, how old was I? 15 or 16. And then this was me just a couple years later after using it for a couple years. This was me this spring with no foundation. So that's what it did for me. And it's 4 simple steps for morning and evening. We're going to cleanse, and then there's a toner, an acne treatment gel, and a moisturizer. And this whole set just retails for $55 for everything. And so it costs you just $22.50 for this whole set, for a whole skincare regimen. So that's Clear Proof. And the last 2, you guys, you can see this is the Mary Kay skincare line. And this is for girls that are, 21 and under. They don't really need to have anti-aging ingredients yet because their skin is still, it's not even really aging yet. And also, if you have really sensitive skin, this line, I would recommend it to your customers who are like, yeah, I want to support you, or I want to use skincare, do a facial, but I've got such sensitive skin. And so in our outline that you'll see how to book new parties and faces, it has how to overcome booking objections. And one of them is, I have sensitive skin. And it says how to say that in there. So if you're like, how would I say that? That's in there too. But this is 4 simple steps for morning and evening. And it's a cleanser, a toner, a scrub, and a moisturizer. And it comes in a formula for hydration and one for mattifying. and I use the mattifying moisturizer every morning. Fun fact, it's amazing. So that's the Mary Kay skincare line, and each of the products retail for 20 bucks, so it's 80 total. And then the last one is the men's line. And this is for all the men in our life because they have skin and they need to take care of it too, as we know, probably more than girls. And so this has a cleanser, a shaving aftershave cooling gel, and a facial hydrator with SPF 30 in it. And it's important to tell your men that they can get sun cancer if they don't wear SPF every day because sometimes they won't care about wrinkles. But of course, we want to care about healthy skin and preventing against, skin cancer and all that too. So that is in the Mary Kay Men line. And those are all of the skincare sets, you guys. So, feel free to pop in the chat which skincare set sticks out to you the most, or maybe which one you're using. I would love to see. And now you kind of know what each one caters towards. So the next thing we're going to go into is clinical solutions, and we're going to dive into some supplements. So skincare is like the cake, and then these supplements are going to be like the icing on top of your routine. And I like to think these help with specific needs. So all these things we're going to be going over, that was just how to have clean and healthy skin. Now this is if I have something specific like wrinkles, dry skin, like those things. So this is what you can add into your routine. So for clinical solutions, these are, you can see on the bottom right, some of Dermo Cosmetics, most concentrated acclaimed ingredients that you would typically get from a dermatologist. Like these are typically what they would recommend, and it's great because you can get it at such great price for literally the same ingredients. So the first one is the retinol set, and this is insane to me. So it's 0.5 retinol, and it's an active retinol, and then it has a calming restorative facial milk that comes with it. And this is amazing for anti-aging and just repairing wrinkles. And my best friend's mom uses this set, and she was like, Amelia, I will write you a testimonial. I love this stuff so much. And so that's great because it is oh, I see your guys' comments. Bria, were you asking if the men's line was discontinued? Was that your question, or the Mary Kay skincare line?
It was the naturally, when you were talking about the naturally, I said,
Yes. Great question. They will be discontinuing the Naturally line in the next couple months. And so if you want to get it now, and if you have people that use it, I would stock up. And they are going to be keeping the Naturally oil. They're going to be keeping that. It's not going anywhere because everyone loves it. And the only reason is because not many people have been getting the other cleansers and stuff. They're more so targeted towards the Time-Wise products. And so as a company, they just made that decision, but they're keeping the oil. So that's a good question, Bria. Okay. Okay, anyways, so yeah, that's the retinol set, and it's 120 retail. So it's only 60 bucks wholesale for you guys to get, and that is literally insane for retinol. And it has instructions in your little white fancy box you get. It's like it looks so like professional. And retinol is very strong, so you're gonna want to follow these instructions, but it really will change your skin entirely. And so these are your boosters that are in the clinical solutions line. So the first one is we have nicknames for all of them because some of them are like hard to say. Like guys, if you just figure out how to say these, you're gonna sound impressive. Like at your facials, when you're like Ferulic plus niacinamide brightener, they're gonna be like, ooh, okay, she knows what she's talking about. Just like learn how to say it. That's your first task. So the Ferulic plus niacinamide brightener, we call it F plus NA, and that will brighten dark spots. So if someone has age spots, sunspots, discoloration, that will brighten and even out your skin. And it almost smells like cloves or like a campfire. I don't know why, but it just kind of does. It's kind of nice. And then the next one is C plus resveratrol, and that's a line reducer. And resveratrol is an ingredient that's found in grape skin, and it kind of like locks in its moisture or like its buoyancy. And so having that in your line reducer, you can imagine is really good for your skin, and that's vitamin C in there too. And then the next one is the PHA plus AHA resurfacer. And so that enhances your skin's natural exfoliation process. And so if someone wants to like naturally exfoliate, that's what that one does. And then last but not least is the HA plus ceramide hydrator. And if someone has very dry skin and they're like, girl, like I'm drier than the Sahara, like on a hot summer day, um, it would be for them like to add it in. And so that's amazing. I love, Charlene, that you're using the retinol. That's amazing. I love that for you. She said it's strong. It really is. That's why that facial milk is like saves your life. So next is
Excuse
exfoliation.
me, can I ask you a question about
Yeah.
the C? I mean, I know a lot of my friends have melasma.
Yeah.
Do you recommend the ferrolic goes with vitamin C? Because I know it takes hard, like the melasma takes a while, a hyperpigmentation. It's
Mm,
really hard to take off or
that's a
something.
really good question. I know my friend who's an esthetician, she recommended glycolic acid for getting rid of melasma, and that's in the facial peel, which I'll show you about on the next slide. But if you're looking to lighten it up after you get rid of the texture, because I know melasma is like the bumps too, right? So if you use the peel and then use the C plus E serum or the ferulic brightener, either one, Imelda, I can imagine would do that. And you could use them together. I'm pretty sure. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, is it like after it, like if they use this one, like I know it's after the cleanser. I use this one currently, the ferrolic
Yeah.
acid. Can you add the C? What's this one?
Yeah, yeah. I would say the C plus resveratrol line reducer, is that what you're talking about? Or the vitamin
Yeah.
C? Okay. Yes. Then since they do two different things, like the resveratrol will reduce lines and the other one will brighten. Yeah, you could use both of them, I'm pretty sure. But you could look it up too. But I would
Okay.
say it would be okay.
Okay.
Okay. And then next is exfoliation. And there's four different types of ways to exfoliate. I feel like when we hear exfoliate, our brain goes to like scrub my face, right? That's like what we all think. But there's actually four different ways to exfoliate. The first one is a physical exfoliator. So this is going to be your microdermabrasion kit, and it has a scrub called Refine, that's its name. And what that does, it has these little crystals in it that almost feel like sand, you guys. And they're just finely milled crystals, and they buff off your dead skin very, very gently. And the reason why it's important to exfoliate, you get a new layer of skin every 28 days. And as you get older, that slows down every year by 1%. And so having an exfoliator once or twice a week in your routine is very important. And so that's microdermabrasion, and it also comes with a pore minimizer serum. If you have large pores, that's my favorite. Then the next way to exfoliate is what I was telling you about, Imelda. So this is the Revealing Radiance Facial Peel, and it's a chemical exfoliant because it has glycolic acid in it. And don't let the word acid scare you. What it does, it will just eliminate dead skin 3 layers deep. It won't peel off your skin. It will just gently remove it. And then it has botanical extracts that smell really great. It almost smells like peaches or something. So that's the peel. And then the next way is, of course, absorbing off the dead skin. So that would be your charcoal mask, and that sucks out all of the gunk deep within your pores. So that's why we really use this at like every facial appointment, because usually everyone needs their pores just like cleaned out. So that is the charcoal. And then last would be a natural exfoliator. That would be the PHA plus AHA resurfacer we saw before. So that's exfoliating. And then next little thing is going to be on hydration. So if someone has dry skin, these are going to be their there's some things you will suggest or use. So the first thing we have here, this is not as commonly talked about because it's not in our main like time-wise, but this is the oil-free hydrating gel and intense moisturizing cream. So if someone has really dry skin, but they just want like a gel, not creamy still, they can use the hydrating gel. Or if they have really like crazy dry skin and they don't want time wise, they could try the intense moisturizing cream. So those are just a couple fun little Mary Kay like OGs we have. And the other little Mary Kay like original is the extra emollient night cream. You guys, this stuff is insane. I just was introduced to this over the winter and you can see you squeeze it out. It's like this thick orange like Vaseline almost type cream, and it's almost like nostalgic smelling. It's like when you massage it in, I don't know, but if you have like cracked anything on your body, it's like insane. So that is the extra emollient night cream. And then the Time Wise gel mask is like a little treatment you could do. So this one, if you didn't know, you put it on. You can either leave it on for 10 minutes and wash it off, or you can sleep in it and wash it off in the morning because it's clear. So that's a really nice little guy too. And then of course the ceramide hydrator. So that's hydration, you guys, if you've got dry skin. So next little targeted solution is going to be for eyes. So these are the things to help with people's eyes. So the first one is the the hydrogel eye patches. And these are probably my favorite eye product. You wear them 2 or 3 times a week, and what they do, they hydrate, they depuff, and they soothe your under eyes like it's nobody's business. And so they are amazing. And so they can go in your fridge to have them be extra soothing. And you can do them 2 or 3 times a week, but I, guilty confessions, do them like every day because I'm addicted to them. And they're pink and sparkly, and they come in a container of 30 pairs, so they last you forever. So that is the hydrogels. And then if someone wants, again, something for their eye that's not a cream, but it's more like gel based, this is a soothing eye gel, and it's nice to be kept in the fridge. Or if you have like a young girl that wants something for her eyes, this Indulge Soothing Eye Gel is great. And it's just botanical extracts. And then last is the Intense Instant Puffiness Reducer. So you guys, this is like such an underrated product, I think. Look at this woman's eyes. Like it speaks for itself. It speaks volumes. So this, you put it under your eye, you just tap it under in the mornings, and it sits for 15 minutes. It like goes to work like depuffing your eye. And then of course it lasts for 6 hours. And so if someone you know has very puffy under eyes, or I find sometimes it can be hereditary under eye puffiness, it can run in a family, especially if you're like of Italian heritage. Sometimes they just genuinely have puffy under eyes sometimes. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes they do. Just an example, that is really an amazing product. And so if you were to incorporate that into like a routine with the repair kit, I would use this in the morning and then your eye cream at night. So that's what I would do. So then next, and I think there's just like 1 or 2 more things, you guys, for skincare. Anti-aging, of course. This is like, I saved the best for last. I know I did. So anti-aging is amazing because it's just everyone's favorite. We just want to be like smooth as a baby's bottom, right? So the first thing over here, this is the Lifting Bio Cellulose Mask. Guys, look how cool this girl looks. Like, don't you want to look like her? So everyone always asks me, like, why doesn't Mary Kay have skincare that's modeled after Korean skincare? Sometimes people ask me that. They're like, Korean skincare is the best. It is great, and we actually do. So this is the Lifting Biocellulose Mask, and it just minimizes the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, but it also increases your skin's moisture levels for 24 hours. So it's amazing if you have an event to go to and you're like, I want my skin like immaculately glowy and lifted. This is gonna be like what you're gonna do. It's like going to a spa to get like a facial. And what's cool about it, it is not paper a lot of paper masks are treated with chemicals, but this is interlocked coconut fibers. So it's so cool. And it is really hydrating. So that's that for anti-aging. The next is the C plus E serum, and vitamin C plus E, when they work together in harmony, they're really amazing for anti-aging and brightening together. So that's a really great. Lots of people love vitamin C serum. Lots of people. And then, of course, the lifting serum that's in the repair kit. And the deep wrinkle filler. This one, you can joke and call this one like spackle for your face or like a shot of Botox. We have fun nicknames for everything because it's more fun. And this has a little retinol in it. And so when you tap it like into your fine lines and wrinkles, it will fill it in, but then over time it shrinks your wrinkles. So that is the deep wrinkle filler. And then of course the clinical solutions, these two boosters and the retinol will help with anti-aging, of course. So that is anti-aging. We love it. We love her. And then last thing is eye makeup remover and lip care. So the satin lip scrub and shea butter balm is like, it's satin lips. It's just kind of like a drop the mic, like the satin lips and satin hands. They both are. And then for removing your makeup, the eye makeup remover you guys sell is actually our #1 best seller in all of our Mary Kay products. And we sell an eye makeup remover every 5 seconds. Isn't that crazy? Every 5 seconds, someone gets an eye makeup remover. And it's 2 layers. 1 part conditions your lashes and 1 part removes your makeup. And it's oil free, so you shake it up and then it gets off your makeup easy. And then this is micellar water that is really great for taking off face makeup. And micelles, if you're like, what the heck is micellar water? Like, I know it works. I've heard of it. What the heck is that? Micelles are actually the same thing that's found in soap that attracts dirt off your hands. It's just like a little science thing. And so having them in the water, it just like attracts your makeup and dirt to it. So it's a gentle, natural way to get off your makeup. So that's just skincare 101, you guys. And I know that was a lot, right? Did you guys just like learn so much? Are you kind of like, whoa, that was crazy? So I hope you're taking notes. Comment like what stood out to you so far. I would love to hear. Did anyone learn anything they didn't know before?
I've been here for a couple of times. I still don't get everything. So I learn something new every time. So I hope you don't mind
Oh, please.
learning
Yeah.
computer products.
You guys are welcome to come on anytime you want, and it's always recording. We're recording this tonight, which is good, so you can rewatch it.
Every 5 seconds is crazy.
Right? I know. Yeah, and I think I don't know if it's changed, but I remember learning when I was a kid, every 7 seconds a baby is born. And so the fact that we sell eye makeup remover more frequently than people are coming onto this planet is actually insane. Isn't it? So, yeah, that is the eye makeup remover and the skincare. So, next, we're going to do a little makeup 101, you guys. So, this is fun. And so, the first thing I can say about makeup, if you wear makeup, like, and you are a girl who wears makeup, wear Mary Kay makeup. Okay, that's the first thing I can say. Just do it. Trust me. Take my word of advice. And if you wear it, wear it. And if you're gonna be a skincare and makeup business owner, you might as well look like one. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying this to say, oh, Amelia wants me to wear a full face of makeup every day. I didn't know this would be a part of Mary Kay. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you need to look like your most confident version of you, girlfriend. So whether that's CC cream, mascara, or just glowing skin, when you can show up as your most confident self on the outside and feel it, you just show up as a more confident version of yourself on the outside too. Like when you're talking to people and you can know, like in the back of your head, I'm good. And when you take that extra 15 minutes for yourself in the morning, instead of worrying about it all day long, okay, I'm good. And now you can efficiently pour out into others because you're not focused on yourself all day, So that's really important, I think, as women to just have self-care for ourselves first and foremost, right? And then as you go out throughout your day, it will really be helpful. So whatever that is for you, just you rock it, girlfriend. And then for makeup consultations, a few little tips, you guys. And for our makeup, you guys, it really is like the quality of like our concealer is like NARS concealer. And like I said, the foundation, I think for Lancome like is 58, ours is 25. And you guys go to Sephora and like ask, like whenever I go there, I know Megan goes every 3 weeks to get her brows done, and she always looks at all the prices to compare, and it's so crazy. So but yeah, so for Makeup 101, you guys, everything is water-based and it won't clog your pores, which is really hard to find when it comes to makeup. And I think it's not talked about. People think, oh, I want good skincare, but they're not thinking, oh, I also need good quality makeup because it's also going on my face too, right? And so for makeup consultations, when you do them with people in the future, because people will ask you, they will ask you, can you do my makeup? Always start with skincare. That's like the main thing I can teach you guys is to always start with skincare, because you and I both know that skincare, it one will make her makeup look so much better when her skin is glowing underneath. And yes, Charlene's like, and also, when you can have a skincare customer, they're gonna probably be your skincare customer for life and run out of it every 3 or 4 months. And so it's just smarter for her for the way she wants to look, and smarter for you for the way you want to build your business. So always start with skincare and do like the full facial first. That's my first tip. And then second is we do also have a no touch policy in Mary Kay, because we're not licensed cosmetologists or estheticians. Some of you are, which is great. Go touch all the people you want. But not all of us are. So we just use like brushes or applicators and stuff, just like, skin on skin. Of course, if they're like your sister, your neighbor, and you're like, hey, can I touch your face? That's fine. But anyways, that is for makeup consultations. And so first we're going to do your base place, and that's finding your foundation. And I think that's like the best little nugget I can give you guys. And then I'll just show you all the rest of the makeup that is there. So the first thing you can do before foundation is priming your canvas. Okay, ladies, primer is probably my favorite part of my makeup routine, because this is really silky and it almost smells like chocolate. So first off, we love chocolate, right? And so putting chocolate on my face that's not actually chocolate is like a great way to start your day. And then this is primer. So you can see it fills in your pores and it makes your makeup look smoother for that, and it helps your makeup stick and last longer. So that's what primer does, and it has SPF 15 in it as well, this primer. So that's your first step. So for foundation finding, there's like an ABC to this. So A, you choose what type of coverage you would like, choose a base. B, find what shade you are. And then C, set yourself up for success and make sure it's not going anywhere. So first, choosing your base is picking what type of coverage you would like. So if I was doing someone makeup, I would say, do you prefer light coverage, light to medium coverage, medium to full or full? And so they're going to tell you, and this is good for yourself too, to know what you would like. So the first thing that we have is a cream to powder foundation. This is going to be probably like medium to full coverage, and it comes in the little magnetic square that fit in our palettes. We love those. And all our palettes are big magnets. And so all the colors you guys are going to see are going to stick in. What shade am I? I am ivory. I think I'm cool. I typically just use like very light CC cream, or light to medium if I'm really tan in the summer. Good question. So yeah, so that's cream to powder. They're awesome. So number 2 is CC cream. This is really great if they want light to medium, and this is our most popular pick, I would say. And this has 6 different colors, and it molds to people's skin tone because it's color correcting. That's what the CC stands for. So it's really easy for you to find her color. So oh my gosh, Renee, you're so funny. So that is the CC cream, and that has SPF 15 in it. And then the third thing is, if she wants little to no coverage, she probably just wants to color correct some certain areas like her eyes or a pimple. And so a perfecting concealer would probably just be her jam. And then the last thing is the Time Wise foundation, and this is going to be medium to full coverage again. And so this has the Time Wise patented complex, so it's going to anti-age you in your makeup, and you can get it in matte or luminous. So that's the first thing you would pick. What coverage do I want? It's typically choosing between CC cream or the Time Wise foundation. That's typically what I'm choosing between with people. And then B, find your shade. So you know everyone's either a cool, they're neutral, or warm. It's a very rare that people are neutral. They typically always lean one way or the other. And so to find that out, this is like just super like basic. So this is like, you can take a picture of this if you want. If they're cool, they probably have purple or blue veins. They probably burn easily in the sun, and they probably look good in silver jewelry. And so blue based eyeshadows colors and red and purple hued lip colors, and those colors are probably going to look better on her. And then if you're neutral, you're kind of in between. So you probably have kind of blue and green veins, various reactions to the sun. And so you can look good in either jewelry. So just asking people those questions. And then if you're warm, of course, your veins are green and you tan, and you look good things with red, orange, yellow undertones, those types. So that's kind of how to find out what am I, like what the heck. And then so foundations, the colors, for example, it will be like Ivory N160. So that means you have ivory skin tone, you're neutral, and you're just 160 on the scale. So that is kind of foundation finding 101. And then to set yourself up for success, I always say, and I learned this from makeup artist Robert, what's his name? I don't think it's Robert Jones. Sorry. He's a famous makeup artist, and he did a class for us, and he said creams always slide, and this always stuck with me. If you think about it, they're liquid, so they're always going to be moving unless you like get rid of the liquidness. So if you don't set your makeup or a liquid, it might move. So setting it with a little bit of powder, we have translucent powder, or we have the silky setting powder that comes in your skin tone shade. So that is foundation finding, and there's also a foundation finding tool you can buy. I think on Mary Kay and Touch, it's like almost like a color swatching thing, and it's clear, so you can hold it up to people's faces. So that's really helpful when you're learning, and it really is just practicing. And if you ever have someone that needs help getting a foundation, just text a picture to your director, and she can help you figure out what color, because that's how I learned. I was like, Megan, what color is she? So the last thing is under eye corrector, and this has a peach undertone, so it cancels out dark circles under your guys' eyes. And I personally, this is my makeup of choice every day, is under eye corrector. So that's that. And then the colors are next. So you guys, we got to add some color. So Chroma Fusion technology, you probably see like, if you've seen our blushes and eyeshadows, it's like Chroma Fusion blush, Chroma Fusion eyeshadow. You're like, what the heck is Chroma Fusion? So what Chroma Fusion is, it's actually really cool what Mary Kay's colors are. So it's basically this finely milled powder, that's the color, and then it's wrapped in a layer of like silken cream, like version of the color, and then milled again to create this really smooth, potent color. And so it's Chroma Fusion, so that's why our colors are so like pigmented and beautiful. And all of our colors, you guys are going to see, they all fit in our palettes. There's a Pro palette. This one I got customized. It was like a Mary Kay prize. That's like the biggest one you can get. And then there's the medium palette. It's called the Perfect palette. It has a mirror. And then there's a tinier one called the the Petite palette, and that can fit 4 eyeshadows only. So those are the little eyeshadows. And there's a bunch of different blushes, a bunch of different eyeshadows, and they're all beautiful. And then there's contour as well. So that's just like a little bit about it. And with makeup, you guys, the best tip I could say, when in doubt, blend it out. Okay, that's like the best thing you could do. And learn places to put your makeup. And on Mary Kay in Touch, which I'll tell you about at the very end in just a few minutes, there's Color Confident on there. And it actually, I stole these pictures from there. So guys, if you're wanting to get better at your makeup and other people's makeup, look up what are the different face shapes, what are the different eye shapes, and just get familiar with them. And when you can put the little eyeshadow, like just like a centimeter to the right or like a little less in the inside, it can really tweak your makeup to go from like an 8 to a 10, like your makeup game. So that's the last thing I'll say about that. And the brush kits. Girl, Mary Kay brushes, that is one thing I was so glad I switched over. It took me like a couple months, I don't know why I didn't do it sooner to switch my brushes, but they are so, so soft. So that is the brushes and placement. So for liner, to line and define, you guys, the liners are all waterproof too, and we don't want our eyeliner, our lip liner, or our brow liner going anywhere throughout the day.
What about
We
for,
all
that's
agree.
the same thing for the mark?
So it's like those are the one things, especially if you don't have eyebrows, you're like, I don't want those going anywhere. So the lip liner, there is a bunch of fun different colors, and they're waterproof. So if you want your lipstick to last throughout the day, I highly recommend covering your entire lip in lip liner and then putting your little finishing whatever you choose on top. That's what I do, and so it will last you all day long. And then for brow liner, there's 4 different brow colors. There's 5 actually. Blonde, dark blonde, brunette, dark brunette, and black brown. And there's also tinted brow gel and clear brow gel. And then for the eyeliner, there's blue, black, gray. It's called Steely, but it's gray. And then brown. So blue, black, gray, and brown. So those are the liners, and they're like a staple to makeup. Last couple things, mascara and lips. This is pretty self-explanatory, but there's 6 different lashes, 6 different mascaras, you sell, and the most popular, I would tell you, is the Ultimate Mascara, because it has these individual hair bristles. It's on the left, and so most people like that. But there's also waterproof, there's a curved brush that's for lengthening, and there's a big chunky brush. They're really fun. I've personally tried every single one of them, and I like the Ultimate for my everyday, and I switch it up with the others sometimes. And then for lipsticks, there's 3 different types again. And so there's a matte, a gel shine, and a hydrating. And the matte will last longer because it's matte and it's not cream. Because remember, cream slide, we've learned this. So the matte lasts longer for that reason. And oops. And so then the hydrating or really creamy, it's almost like a tinted lip balm. And then the lip gloss, there's a pearl, a cream, or a shimmer, and they have vitamin C in them. So they're really nourishing for your lips. Okay, y'all. So last thing for makeup, if you're gonna do all of that, make it last. Make it last. Snaps for making it last. So this is 16 Hour Wear Finishing Spray, and I douse my face in this every day. No, I'm just kidding. But you can do like an X and a T. That's how they recommend, like 4 spritzes, like an X and a T, and it will help your makeup last. So whether you're doing an event or you just want it to last throughout your day to day, it's amazing. And so quick recap of the makeup, you guys. Before your makeup, always do skincare, go through it, go through the Spa Bar specials with her, do that, and then dive into makeup. And when you're done with her makeup at your appointment, what you're going to want to do is first, of course, ask her, how do you like, the way your makeup looks, and ask her how she feels. And then what I typically do is I say, let's review everything you tried. Just like how skincare, you recap her skincare set. You're like, okay, first we did cleanser, then moisturizer, yada, yada. Same thing with makeup, because I don't know about you, if I'm done with my makeup and we've done concealer, we've done eyeshadow, we've done whatever, I don't remember what the heck we tried. And so go through it with her again and just be like, okay, so what we did first was your primer, and then we did your foundation, and then she will tell you what she wants. And I like to pause at this point. So I'm like, we did your foundation, like, were you wanting one of those? And typically throughout the time you're doing her makeup, she's telling you what she wants. She's like, oh, add one of these. Like, I need this. I need a blush. And so the last thing is make sure, is she set up for success? That's my last tip at a makeup consultation. So when you're closing the sale, you know, I always say, after you're asking her what she would like, and she says, oh, I would love a foundation, ask her, do you have a foundation brush to go with that? Because you know, she can't genuinely put on her foundation as efficiently every day if she doesn't have a brush. And also, it's helping your sale because it's helping you, of course, get her on more product. So is she set up for success? And then before you go down the list, I always say, you know, this is my favorite part because you get to shop. So let's go through everything. And then you just ask, what did you love the most that you'd like to get started with? So that is how to close the sale when you're doing makeup. And if you're going to do her makeup, you guys, take her picture. Take your picture. If you're doing your makeup, take your picture. It's really helpful for Facebook and if you have a beauty group and for your portfolio. So that is just my tips for makeup. And then the last thing is body care. So this is gonna be like, you said, Amelia, head to toe, you really meant that. I really did. Look at, there's little tootsies on this picture and everything. So for the body care, you guys, it's awesome. And we're just gonna go over the few things we have for hands, body, and washing. And so the satin hands is like Mary Kay's, like, you guys, tried and true. It's like, even if people have never tried Mary Kay in their life, they're like, oh, I have one of these lotions. I think someone gave it to me. It's so funny. Like, everyone has satin hands. So there's a fragrance-free option in white tea and citrus. And then for your feet, there's a Mint Bliss energizing body feet lotion, and this is so popular at Christmas because they give you a free pair of fuzzy socks with a bottle of this at Christmas. And so it's the best gift ever. A lot of teachers love it. And then next is bodies. So there's 3 different body options. The first one, you guys, this is the Mary Kay set. So you can get them separately or you can get them together, and it's called Hello Clean. That's the set name. And my mom, short story, is not able to use anything on her body or she breaks out in hives. She has to like special order this random soap from God knows where, but she can use this on her body and she doesn't break out. So this is a 2-in-1 wash and shave and a hydrating lotion. And then the second one is, if you want something that smells like fun, like let's say you're like a Bath and Body girl, you're like, I love all the scents. There's an apple and almond option or a berry and vanilla option. They're really pretty. And then the last one's Targeted Action Toning Lotion. And this is like anti-aging and firming for your body. So if you joke all the time that you wish you could take a bath in your time-wise, you can. And I do it every day. So this is the Targeted Toning Lotion, and it tightens up your skin and it firms it and it anti-ages it because it has our Time-Wise complex in the body lotion. So that is really cool. And then of course we do have fragrance. It's fun. It's pretty. A new scent for the fall that's going to be available for everyone to order tomorrow. It's called Bellara, and it has a body lotion and a perfume. It comes as a set. So, fun for you. All right, you guys. So this is your homework. I know you're like, Amelia, you were not joking when you told me you were going to tell me a lot of stuff. I know, I was not joking, you guys. So this is your cute little homework. So we love our travel roll-up bags, right? They're the cutest. The pockets come off. We're obsessed with our travel roll-up bags. So your mission for tonight and for this week is, I will send you a little picture of this if you so accept the challenge. It's like Mission Impossible. Do you accept this challenge? No, I'm kidding. And your job is just to fill up your imaginary travel roll-up bag, each pocket, to make sure you have everything you need as a Mary Kay girl. So your first pocket will be your skincare, second your supplements, third color, and last body care. And this will just kind of support you to know, okay, am I checking all my boxes? What's on my wish list? And it just really helps you. So that's your homework. And then the last thing, that's the fun part about your homework. something you get a prize for, is if you complete Color Confident on Mary Kate in Touch in the next 2 weeks, I will mail you a prize. So it will help you be a better consultant and just a more knowledgeable person. And if you complete Skincare Confident too, I'll give you a little bonus prize. So you can find those on Mary Kate in Touch, or on the Great Start app, and they're really fun. And you also get these cute little bling badges that are going to show up on your name tag at company events. So like when you guys come to career conference or leadership conference with us, you get one of these badges when you arrive. It's called your bling badge, and you'll learn more about that next week on the business product knowledge for our second module of this new consultant education. But you get literally, they have like these little bling badges on them, and they show up on your website too. So when people like look you up, they see, oh, she's confident in skincare knowledge, she's confident in color knowledge. So that is your guys' homework. So yeah, I think that's everything, you guys. I know that was so much. Did anyone have any last minute questions before we go over to Mingle?
I do. Sorry. That picture you showed with the roll up bag,
Yeah,
is there any way you can like,
send it to you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can't, for some reason it's not letting me screenshot.
Oh no, of course I could send it to you.
Mm.
I'm in the Voxer group chat, the Sparkle area. If you send me a message, Bria, I will Vox it over to you.
Okay, cool. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Of course. Did anyone else have any other questions? Okay.
Yeah, can you send that to me too?
Yes, I can. Of
Thank
course.
you.
You're
you.
welcome. Okay. Oh my gosh, Amy, your hair looks so pretty tonight, by the way.
Oh, thanks. It was up all day. I just got home from school,
Oh my gosh.
making dinner. I'm like, let me jump on. You know what? I wanted to ask you the In Touch, like I'm just starting. So
Yeah.
the In Touch app, is there an app or is it just
It's an
online?
online portal. That's a really good question. So you'll just go
I
to,
just signed up for it. So
oh great. Yeah, that's on marykateinTouch.com.
I found on the boards app, there's like a lot of information. I had so many questions, like, so I should have been on last week's Zoom, but I was stuck at work, but, I was looking on boards and there was so much answers to my questions on there. I just went through each one. So I don't know if they have that link, but there's so much information. There's a checklist on there of like to do your website, do this, do that, like that Megan has on.
on the In Touch, on
On-
the In Touch.
On boards, and if you want, I can send you, I have like this checklist, Amy, that I think you're talking about. Was it like the picture with like the checklist, Bria? I
Yeah,
can,
and they're pink. There's like two of them, and there's like basically told me what to do step by step. I had already kind of figured
Yeah.
a lot of it out, but if I would have saw that first, it would have been a little bit more or
Yeah.
less. Yeah.
Amy, I could send you those on Voxer if you're like if you're like a checklist person, because I know I like a list. So, all right, you
Thank
guys,
you.
you're welcome. Well, I'm just
And
gonna.
I love the name Bria. That's my daughter's name.
Oh,
Spelled by Bria, Bria. I haven't met many Brias. That's crazy.
I've never met another one.
that's awesome. What a small
My
world.
daughter is 18 and yeah.
Boards, Renee, is an app, and it's really awesome. So first, you'll just want to download that app, Boards, and then I can share our boards with you. It's almost like if you were to get Pinterest and someone were to share a board with you, and then you were to save it to your Pinterest account. So it's almost like that, except it's like notes and words. So I'm gonna just turn off my camera for 1 second, you guys, and then we'll let everyone in for Mingle. So I will see you guys in literally 1 second. Okay. I just realized my name says Megan, so I'm gonna change that before we let everyone in, and then we will go. All right, we'll get started. Let everyone in. Yay! Hello, everybody! Hey, you guys! Welcome, welcome, welcome! Happy Monday. I'm so glad everyone could make it. Hey, Dreama. Hey, Mallory. Hey, Nikki. Hey everyone. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, tonight we have a really amazing mingle in store for you. And as y'all can probably see, and you know, Megan is in Hawaii on her trip, her top director trip, and we're just so excited for her and so proud of her. And so tonight, you guys, I'm gonna be leading Mingle with Shannon, and we just have a really power-filled night for you in store. And of course, we're going to start off with recognition in 1 second with Shannon. She's going to lead recognition. And you guys, tonight, you're just really going to want to buckle in. And it's really going to be about just breaking down your goal in the real numbers. And so if that excites you, it should excite you, you guys, right? You're like, I have this goal, but I don't even know how to break this down. So that's what we're going to be diving into tonight. And I'm really excited. But without further ado, we just got off new consultant education. So everyone that was on there, shout out to you. We just learned so much. And if you're new and you didn't know, that's every Monday at 6 before Mingle, and it's just a 2-week series. So I'm gonna pass the mic on over to, let's see, is Shannon still here? I think she went away. Okay. Hold on. Maybe she's having internet difficulties. But I guess I could start off with recognition. And before I do, if Shannon hops back on, I'll give her a minute. I wanted to tell you guys, did you see that the new products are available for you all to order tomorrow? Did you all see that? Isn't that exciting? Are you guys so excited about like those liquid eyeshadows and like the lipsticks? I can't get enough. It's amazing. So she said she's having issues with her phone and Zoom. So I will just go ahead and get us started. And then if she comes back, I'll let her take over, you guys. So starting off with recognition, you guys, is our best way to start the night. I can't wait to recognize you for everything you've done this week. So if you sold absolutely anything at all this week, I want to see your best seminar wave, and I want to see you waving loud and proud, ladies. Yay, Nikki! Yay, Dreama! Yay, Charlene! Yay, Imelda! Yay, Phyllis! Oh my gosh, Bria! Yes, Mallory! All of the ladies! Oh my goodness! Yes, yes, yes! All right, you guys. Okay, if you sold 300 or higher, we know that puts you at a star week, which puts you on target to be a star consultant. Okay, so if you sold 300 or higher, keep waving. I want to see you. I want to see anyone. Oh, Mallory. Yay, Mallory. Way to lead from the front, girl. Leading by example. Okay, 400 or higher. Okay, 500. Oh, okay, Mallory. I think you're our queen tonight. And congratulations to everyone who sold. And Mallory, I am so proud of you. I'm going to spotlight Mallory and we're going to hear her total. And Mallory, we want to hear just like your top tip of how you sold over $400 this week. I can't wait to hear.
Honestly, parties. I had 2 parties this week, and they went really well. The first one honestly had 0 interaction. It was so weird. And I know everybody else has had those parties, but it was just very dead, honestly, it felt like. And then I ended up having over 300 out of that. So it was great. And then I had another one, and it's starting to sell as well, really well. So I don't know. It just parties. So really just follow-ups though, every time for me, it's like I have to do a bunch of extra legwork and communication to get those follow-ups. And that's when the sales actually happen for me almost every single time, unfortunately. But I did 2 Facebook Lives.
Wow, that's incredible. You did 2 Facebook Lives, and I know what you mean. Sometimes, we have like one party where the group is just kind of like, what's going on? But I always know God really blesses your efforts. And so I'm just so proud of you. You just showed up at the next party. You're like, no, I'm going to do this. It's going to be great. And then you're like, I had a $300 party. So I love that
Yes.
so much, Mallory. Congratulations. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
Of course. Okay, y'all. So the next thing we're going to celebrate is booking. And so if you have anything on your books, this can include your launch party. This can include all your facials and Facebook parties and appointments. I want to see your best seminar wave. And I see you, Phyllis, Charlene, Imelda, Mallory. Yes, Bria, Drama, Karen, Nikki, Phyllis, Gwendolyn. Oh, let's go, you guys. That's amazing. Okay, if you have 3 or more on your books, you can keep waving with the rest of the girls. Okay, yes, everyone. Oh, Rebecca, yes, yes, I see you guys waving. I see your hands. I see them flying. Okay, Drama, Phyllis. Yay, Karen. Okay, if you have 5 or more bookings, keep waving. I'm bumping it up. We're getting serious. Okay, yay, Karen, Phyllis, Drama, let's go. Yes, Phyllis, yes. Okay, if you have 6 or more, you can keep waving. We're moving on to the next hand. This is real. Okay, Karen, Drama, Phyllis. Okay, we're like, you guys are neck and neck. These ladies are serious. Okay, I'm gonna bump this on up to 8. If you have 8 or more, keep wait. Oh my gosh, they all have 8. Okay, 9. Okay, 10. Oh my gosh, are you guys seeing that's 3 people with over 10 on their books? This is amazing. Okay, 11. Oh my gosh, congratulations on having 10 on your books, Phyllis and Drama. Okay, 12, 13, 14, 15, Karen's is still going, 16, 17, 18. You guys, this is our next director right here. Oh my goodness, Karen. Well, you are our queen, and I am so excited for everyone to hear. Karen, feel free, just share like in 1 minute or 2 minutes, like if you want, your top tip on booking this week, and just like give everyone like your best nugget you can on how they can do the same, or maybe even your favorite booking script you're using. We would love to hear. So sorry to like put you on the spot, but like
Yeah,
go for
okay.
it, girl.
So, again, I'm utilizing the Hydra facials, the Hydra sessions, and I'm just trying to book as many as I can during those sessions. I do have 5 launch parties booked and more coming. And I have 13 bookings for the Hydra sessions and more coming. So I'm just utilizing social media for right now because I'm home and kids and all the things. So I don't get out as much as I'd like to. So right now I'm just utilizing social media and just reaching out and letting them know that I'm 1 away from DIQ, going on target for directorship. Yeah, I officially have 7 in.
Oh, that's
So,
incredible.
I think it's going to
Congratulations.
happen tomorrow. I believe it is happening tomorrow. So we're good.
Oh, Karen, we're praying
Um,
for you.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Of
I'm just letting
course.
them know what my goal is and that they have to do the Hydra session. I kind of explain what we do with the Hydra session, and I just tell them I need them as a face model, and I need their face. I'm like, girl, I need your face.
You're
And
like,
so they're
"Thank
like, okay, I can help. And that's how I'm booking. So just
Wow.
the media
That's
follow-up.
awesome. I love that. Way to go, Karen. Yes, Mallory. Oh my gosh, we're so excited for you, Karen. You guys, Karen is going to be our next director in our Sparkle area. And we know you are, Karen, like just your hard work and your diligence. It really is just incredible. And I love that you're so committed to your goal and that you're telling people about it, because I think that's the best thing you could do when you have something so big, and people are 10 times more likely to help you with something if they
They
know
are.
why, right? And sometimes people are like, I don't even know like what we're gonna do.
No
I'm
clue.
just excited because you're excited. So like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So I love that, Karen. That is incredible. We're so excited. We're praying for you tomorrow for
I'm
your next TV. Yes, and for going DIQ this month, that is incredible. And if you're like, what the heck is DIQ? I'm new. That's a director in qualification. And so she is going to go into her period where she's qualifying to become a sales director. So that's what that is. Yay. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to celebrate is sharing about the business. So if you shared this opportunity with anyone, you can wave, and we would love to see your best seminar wave. Okay, yes, I see you, Becky, and Imelda, and Charlene, and Drama, and Mallory, and Phyllis. Wow, and Karen, of course. Oh my gosh, you guys, amazing, amazing. Okay, if you shared with 3 or more women, keep waving. keep waving. I want to see your hands. Yay, Charlene and Karen and Becky. Yes. Oh my goodness. I love this. Okay, and Mallory. Yes, I see you all. Okay. And then if you shared we're 4 more ladies, you can keep waving. I love this. You guys, your goal for Monday nights is to just have so much that your wrist will hurt at the end of the night. I'm just kidding. Okay, 5 or more, you can keep waving. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, she's still going. 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my gosh, Karen. Well, you guys, she's just amazing. And so, Karen, I am going to ask you, of course, to share your top tip this week on sharing. I can't wait.
Sure. So I put up a post on Facebook that we were doing the $500 cash drawing on September 7th, and I just asked everybody if they were in it. Did you?
Nice.
And so I got a bunch of people that reached out that I sent the link to. So Megan was gonna connect me with the spreadsheet so I could get all the responses, but I'm guessing there's probably around 10. And then we had 3
Nice.
facials last week. So I'm thinking right around 13.
That's amazing. You guys, Karen, what a great tip. Utilize the survey because we share about the business in there. So that's amazing. And then they get entered for $500, like, right? So I love that, you guys. I love that. I love that, Karen. That's
I'll
amazing.
share. Thank you. I'll put in the
Yeah.
chat what I send to people on that one.
Oh, genius.
Messenger. That's if anybody wants
Yes.
it.
That's so smart, you guys. Well, thank you so much, Karen, for sharing that. And then our last thing is we get to introduce all of our new girlies here tonight. Yay! So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and introduce. If you have anyone new, you can introduce them. And then if you're new, just share, your name, maybe where you live and what you do, and just kind of what you're most excited about, just like in 1 minute. And so I guess I will get started since I know we have a couple new girls here on tonight from the champion unit. Yay! So I will start off by introducing Amy. Amy is amazing, you guys. There she is. You guys see her gorgeous hair? She has like the thickest hair I've ever seen in my life. I'm like, Amy, your hair could win awards. So you guys, Amy has been a teacher for a long time, and she is one of like the most amazing, strong, direct women I have ever met in my life. And she is a mom with 2 kids that are headed to college. And Amy, I'm just so excited for you and your ambition. And I just know you're going to do so well because you're just clearly such a strong woman in all you do in life. And so we're so glad you're here. And so if you just like to share, like maybe exactly what you do, where you live, and what you're most excited about, everyone would love to hear.
All right. Hi, I'm Amy Benigni. I live in Meriden, Connecticut. I've been a teacher this is my 30th year, taught 1st and 2nd grade. I teach technology now. I have a side business also. I own a small business called Shells and Stone Designs, and I have a bunch of artisans in my shop. I do cement, garden stones, and all kind of beachy stuff. But I used Mary Kay years ago and never got into, selling it. But Amelia is so energetic and she reached out to me a few times and just love her. She's awesome. So much energy and really excited about it and gonna give it a try. And I started using the products again just recently. I haven't even bought my whole package yet, but just ordered some stuff myself. I want to try it again and get used to it and, learn the business. And yeah, so nice
Yay!
to meet everyone.
Yes, well, it's so great. I'm so glad you're here. And we're so excited for you. Oh my goodness. Well, I have one more girl to introduce, and her name is Michelle. And Michelle and I actually met this weekend, actually, officially. We had a Zoom facial with her daughter who's in college. And Michelle, from the moment I met you and I saw you, I was like, I know this lady's sharp. I was like, I love her, just like your personality and like the way you talked about skincare. I just knew you were bound for greatness. And so I'm just so glad you're here, you guys. And Michelle, I'm just so excited to see all you do and how this is going to help you and your daughter in college. And it's going to be so fun to just see where this goes. So, Michelle, if you want to share where you live and what you do and what you're most excited about, that would be awesome.
Sure. Thanks, Amelia. So I live in Middlefield, Connecticut, which is right over from Meriden. So I'm close to Amy, I think that is. And I'm a project manager at CVS Health. So I just got out of work like right at 7 o'clock. So it's been a long day. But no, I have to say that I'm really big on skincare and I've tried anything and everything. And the most recent thing that I tried was very expensive, professional grade. I worked with an esthetician. And then I was like, you know what, let me go to, Sephora and try that. And I tried a couple things there recently. And then I did the facial and then I really liked the way my face felt at the end of it. So I was really impressed. And I haven't used Mary Kay in years. It's been years. And I used to love it. For whatever reason, I think the formula changed or something. I don't remember exactly, but after that one day, I was like, oh, I love my face. And then just like the testimonials and the before and after pictures, I was like, wow. So really, I'm being to be very transparent. The reason why I signed up was because I was like, oh, I can get a discount. But then I was like, if I like this, people notice my face and they're like, what are you doing differently? Or I'm excited about it. That's the best thing ever as a testimonial. So I said to my daughter, her face was glowing. I was like, oh my goodness, she's 18 and glowing. Never seen it look like that before. But I said, okay, for 30 days, we're going to do this 30 days, see how we like the product. And so far, so good. So I can't wait to get my first package, which I'll be setting it up tomorrow. So I'm excited. And the more I think about it, I think there are opportunities. I've tried so many different things on the side to supplement my income. And I thought, well, maybe, just maybe. So I'm going to go at my own pace, but I think I might be good with testimonials and get some stuff from that. And I think it's going to be easier to sell, not even a sell. It's like it's proof, right? Than doing some of the other things I've done in the past. So I'm optimistic.
Yay. Oh my gosh. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I'm sure everyone can relate here. Like so many women can relate to you, Michelle, from what you shared tonight. So thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I'm so excited for you. And then did anyone else have anyone new on? Okay, go ahead, Karen.
Oh no, let Rebecca go first. She was waving before me. Go
Okay.
ahead, Rebecca.
Rebecca, I'm so sorry. For some reason, I think it's because your face wasn't on. I like couldn't see you.
I kind of saw it off the corner.
Well,
Yes.
me and Beth are like trying to like share my computer because we're neighbors. So,
They're
but Beth
sharing.
actually, her mom actually signed up right before Mingle tonight. So we have another one to our little team. I know, it's so exciting.
Yay.
She's
on, by the
She's
way.
actually on is Miss Bonnie.
Oh,
She did
yeah.
marketing with us last week, and then she signed up right before Mingle so she could be on here with us tonight. So
Oh my goodness, Bonnie, I remember meeting you on marketing last week, and I'm so glad you're here. Yay.
I'm
Oh my
glad to be here.
gosh. Yes, Bonnie, well, we would love to hear where you live and what you do and what you're most excited about. I just love, I don't know if you're wearing makeup or like that's just your skin, but your skin is like glowing.
Recording in progress. Yes. I live in Statesboro, Georgia. Can you hear me?
Yes, sorry.
That's okay. Statesboro, Georgia. I was actually in a Mary Kay consultant many years ago when my children were small. Then life, got in the way, so I had to make some changes. But I actually have an engineering background. I'm working full time with an engineering company, and looking to maybe retire in a few years. And I would like to make Mary Kay my next career.
Yeah, wow. I love that, Bonnie. That's amazing. You're an engineer and I'm so glad that Mary Kay could come into your life in this season. And don't you guys just love that like we're all like in such different seasons in our life right now and like this could just kind of fit in. And so I'm so excited for you, Bonnie. That's amazing. We're so glad you're here.
Thank
And
you.
then Karen, go ahead without further ado.
Well, first, I just want to give a shout out. I'm looking, there's Gwen, there's Diana, there's Angeline. My team is showing up and representing. I'm just so proud of you guys. Thank you so much. And then last but not least, we have Bria, who is brand new. Let's see a little bit about Bria. So she's a mama of 3. One is grown and married. She works from home. She joined us for the hydrofacials and felt a sense of worth and empowerment that she hasn't felt in years. She feels magnetically drawn to this opportunity and wants financial freedom and to give her babies the life they deserve. So Bria and I, we know each other from the online space, and she was one of the ladies I reached out to and said, "Hey girl, will you come and do this and be a face for me?" And she said, yeah, she showed up and here she is. So Bria, I'll let you take the floor. Say hi to your new besties.
Hi, everyone. This is exciting. First, I want to say I watched the replay from last week, and Karen didn't know that I was stuck at work, and she's like, "Bria, are you here? Bria?" And I was like, "Oh no," I felt so bad. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for missing that, but I was
good.
stuck at work. But I'm from Michigan. Well, I grew up in Seattle, and then I moved to Michigan in my late teens, and I work from home for United Way, a nonprofit. During the week, I waitress on the weekends because I'm going through a little divorce, but it's not a bad thing, trust me. I was trying to pick up the pieces, and the feeling that I got from the hydrofacials, like just like Megan and Amelia, everybody's like vibe was just like totally made me feel like a boost I haven't felt in a long time. And I just was like, you know what, I want all of that. So yeah, I'm glad Karen reached out to me, and I am super glad to be here.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're so glad to have you here, Bria. And that's so touching, your story. Seriously, thank you for sharing that. And you really have found a little community here. Like, we're all here for each other. And I just think there's something so powerful about hearing stories and sharing, because it just makes everyone feel like less alone, because you can hear how, your story really relates to so many people. And so I'm really excited for us all just to make new friends. And so you guys, without further ado, was there anyone else new, or was that everybody? I think it was everyone. Okay, awesome, you guys. Well, before I dive into our training, I'm going to close my window super fast because my dad is mowing the lawn outside, and I don't know if you can hear it, but it's super loud. So 1 second. It will distract my ADHD brain. Okay, there we go. So without further ado, you guys, I'm really excited because tonight's training is going to be on how to get a gold medal and how to break down your goal and your goal by numbers. So really breaking down the numbers, you guys, okay? And so if you're wondering what is a gold medal, basically what that is, it's another fun Mary Kay term that we have. There's so many like fun words and slang for everything. And if you're new, if you go to New Consultant Education next week, you'll kind of hear like some of the Mary Kay lingo and like the business basics. But a gold medal, what that means is you add 5 personal team members in 1 calendar month. So that is what a gold medal is. And shout out to anyone who earned a gold medal last month. I know Bethany did. I'm sure Karen did. I know I did. And anyone else, pop it in the chat if you did. That is amazing. And it's kind of fun talking about this with the Olympics that just happened, right? We're like, I can earn a gold medal, on my own too, in my Mary Kay Olympics. Anyways, so that's really cool. And it's a really fun thing because for multiple reasons. The first is a gold medal will follow you for your entire Mary Kay career, you guys. And so you're like, is it a physical gold medal or like, what is it? It's just kind of like a title of like an online achievement. That's just a really big deal in Mary Kay's eyes. And it follows you your whole career because, even when you guys go to career conference this spring, or when you come to like leadership with us, if you're a DIQ or a director this winter, when you get announced and when you hear these top national, top directors in Mary Kay announced, they always announce their achievements and their accolades before they speak. And so, like, for example, like, let's say, you know, whatever, Susie Q is going up to speak, they'll say she's earned the use of 4 career cars, 2 being the prestigious pink Cadillac, and she has earned over 20 pink or 20 gold medals in her entire career. So anyways, it follows you for literally your whole Mary Kay life. And so if you're like, I want a gold medal, like just because it sounds cool, or maybe you're like, I really want this because my goal is XYZ. Tonight, we're going to just kind of dive deep. Okay, it's September 14th. We're halfway through the month. And maybe you joined Mary Kay like literally this past week, or maybe you've been in here for a couple months, maybe it's been a couple years, maybe it's been even longer than a couple years. But whatever that is, you guys, however long it has been, you guys, you know, I just really want you to think back to that moment of decision when you decided to say yes. And I think it can be easy to almost in our day to day and just over time, you know, I've learned this, you're either always going up or you're going down. There's no in the middle. There's no staying stagnant, right? Where every decision we make, either it propels you forward towards your goal or it declines you from your goal, right? That's just how it is in life. And so as we're going, maybe we've been doing a few things, you know, since we joined or just in our life that have kind of kept us at what we thought was just, oh, I'm just kind of staying the same, but really it's bringing you further and further away from your goal, right? And so tonight is just kind of rekindling that for you. And just if you are kind of feeling lost, just think of why you started and just get excited again. And this morning when I was starting out my day, I had a goal today to like do all of this like booking, warm chatting, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna do it. And then sometimes I get that feeling where I'm like, you know, we all have like those intrusive thoughts where we're like, my throat kind of hurts. Maybe I should just stay in bed all day. Oh, maybe I should just stay home. You know, we all have that every once in a while. And I was just thinking to myself, and I heard this song playing because I was listening to some worship music as I was getting ready this morning. And I heard this song playing, and it's called He Is More Than Able. And before we dive into the numbers, I don't know if anyone's heard this song before, but it just kind of rekindled in me the excitement. And we can so easily be so forgetful as humans. Like, seriously, I think, you know, if you think of why you started versus how you're feeling now, it's probably just because you haven't kept your vision in front of you enough, or you forgot somehow along the way. It's by Elevation Worship, Bria. And I'll share the lyrics here in a second really quick. And this isn't meant to be like church or anything, you guys, but this is just what inspired me today. And so what was I going to say? Oh, basically, you might have just forgotten a little bit along the way. And I am always encouraged by the thought of everything always stays the same. Everything is always the same. We're the only thing that's changing. It's all up here in our heads. So these lyrics, I'll just read them really quick, but it says, when did I start to forget all the great things you did? When did I throw away faith for the impossible? How did I start to believe you weren't sufficient for me? Why do I talk myself out of seeing miracles? You are more than able. And so those are the lyrics, you guys, and they just hit me this morning. And just with tonight's training and the activity we're going to break down, you guys, as we're diving into this, I know, Bria, it's like, so it gets me too. But as we're diving into this, you know, just remember that, you know, He is more than able. And so you are more than able to do this. Okay. You're more than able for your goal. And I just wanted to like open it up with that. So you guys, like I said, what we're going to be talking about is going to be breaking down your number and a gold medal. So we've already established what a gold medal is. And so we know it's 5 team members, 1 month. And last month I was able to do 7 team members in 1 month. Megan does like over a double gold medal. That's like over 10, like every month, I swear. So that's amazing. She was #1 in sharing in our entire diamond division last year. So we know we are just following our leader here. But how does one do this? You might ask yourself, like, okay, I want some of what she's having. So what this is, you guys, the first thing you're going to want to do if you're taking notes, we're just going to want to establish our goal. Okay. So first thing, establish your goal. So when we're looking at the month of September, you know, we have 2 weeks left and that's 14 days. And, you know, if God can create the world in 7 days, you can do your goal in 14. Okay. So that's the first thing. And so what is your goal, right? So the first goal you're going to look at is, where do I want to be on the career path by the end of September? So that's the first goal you're going to want to ask yourself. Where do I want to be on the career path? And if you're unfamiliar with what the Mary Kay career path is, let me show you really quick. Yes, correct, Michelle. Just people that are signing up on your team. They're not like, they haven't ordered yet, they haven't done anything. They're just signing up for the 35E start. Good question. Yes, that is what I mean. So if you're new and you're like, what even is the career path? I just signed up. I don't know. That's okay. Basically, I'll just tell you super breakdown, and you will learn this more as you go, you guys. This is just really low down skinny. So when you get 3 team members, you are considered a red jacket, and you make, I believe it's, oh gosh, it's like 9% commission, I believe. 6 to 9% on your team. So that's red jacket, that's 3. And Bethany just earned her red jacket. Karen's wearing hers, yay. And it's a really big deal because you literally get a red jacket and you're really recognized at company events. And so that's the first thing, is like red jacket, 3. And then next is a team star team builder, team leader. That's with 5. And that is amazing. And then a DIQ is what Karen is about to become, which is when you have 8 active team members. And that's director in qualification, DIQ stands for. And then the next thing is a director. And that's when you have 24 active team members between you and your team. And your commission goes from making, I think it's like 12%. Gosh, you guys, I clearly am not a numbers person. I'm so sorry. But anyways, it like triples. So you go from making like 9 to 13% to making 36% as a director. So that's where you're like, girlfriend, I want like to replace my income, get me out of this job that I'm in, whatever that might be. That's what a director would mean for you. So that is the career path. So ask yourself, where do I want to be on the career path by the end of September? Where would that be? And then the second thing you're going to want to ask yourself is, what amount of income do I want? What would be a difference maker for me and my family in September? What would that look like? What would that number be? You know, what would that number be? So that's the second thing you're going to ask yourself, you know. And then I would love for you guys to go ahead and comment what you wrote down. I want you to comment because it's going to be helpful at the end of tonight's training. And if you don't want to comment, don't worry, but it will be helpful for the end of tonight and you're going to see why. So if you feel so led, go ahead and comment what you wrote, what your goal is. It's inspiring. We'd love to see it. Where you want to be in the career path. Is it red? Is it DIQ? Is it team leader? Is it director? Yes, Karen, I see you. DIQ 1000. Yes, I see you, Diana. Okay, yes, I see all your guys' comments. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you guys, what we're gonna do next while you guys are commenting, we're just gonna break down your number of the career path. So we're gonna start with the career path, and then you guys are gonna quickly realize that all your income is going to come from the team building. It really does. And so I'm going to tell you why. So I love with a goal. Megan has taught me how to so beautifully break down numbers because she is so stinking good at it. And it's amazing. Every goal, you guys, I feel like there's either conquer the mountain people or there's like an I need to take this step by step person, don't scare me. There's like either two different type of people. So whether you're like, yeah, like I love big goals, they energize me, or maybe you're like, you know, I just want to whatever, I don't know, take this step by step. So there's either one or two types of people, but even if it's a really big goal, it can always be broken down into a daily activity that inevitably over time will get you to your desired result. So for team building, let's take earning your gold medal as an example tonight. So if that's your goal this month, you know, I want to add 5. We're going to use that as our example when we're learning how to break down these numbers. And this is how you do it. So let's say your average is with seeing faces, let's say 1 in 7 people you do a facial with, they join, right? That's like your average. That's kind of our team's average. Megan is more like 1 in 5. Let's just go with 1 in 7 to be safe. So if 1 in 7 people join that you do a facial with knowing that, you know, with that number, so in order to get 5 people to join your team, that would be 5 times 7, and that would be 35 faces. So you would need to see 35 faces in these next 2 weeks to get your gold medal if you haven't added any team members yet, or in 1 month. And so to see your 35 faces, we know that there's a rule. You guys, you probably heard this before, maybe you haven't. There's a rule with your faces. And it's 1/3 of 1/3 of 1/3. And this is so true in booking. If you were a doctor, you would know this. If you were in Mary Kay, you would know this. 1/3 of people hold their appointments, 1/3 reschedule, and 1/3 cancel. It's just the way people is. And if you've never heard that, and tonight you're like, wow, that's a weight off my shoulders. I thought there was something wrong with me. No, it's just a numbers game. And so with that 1/3, if 1/3 of your appointments will cancel, that means you need to book 46 faces in order to see the 35 faces. So just to help you guys with this. Okay, you guys. And then, so that is kind of the team building, break that down, right? So you guys now can take your goal, of this, and you guys can good question. If you're new, would you work towards the red jacket in October? Yeah, you could definitely do that, and you can qualify for this. The only thing that's like at the end of a month is DIQ. You submit for it at the end of a month, but everything else you can just earn it as you earn it, whenever that is in a month. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, so now we know that is kind of the numbers game, you guys. So now on your piece of paper, whatever you wrote, if you wrote, I want to be a red jacket, you know, that would mean basically, okay, what's 3 times 7? That, of course, is 21. And if 1/3 of them cancel, that's 28. So you would need to book 28 faces, okay, to get your red jacket. So that is kind of how you break down a team member goal. And then as far as your income goal, you guys, this is how that goes. So for your income, it's our company average, or kind of our team's average, that you sell $100 per face. Okay. So that's kind of the average, $100 per face. And obviously that ranges, but that's basically what it is. So $100 per face. So in your 7 faces, if you were to just see 7 faces, that's $700 extra that you're selling just for seeing your 7 faces, which is crazy, you guys. So now you can see why I said when you focus on team building, really the income just kind of comes from it, because when you're like, I want to add these people, this is how many I need to see. Okay, you're seeing all these faces and going. That's what happened to me in DIQ in earning directorship last year. I knew, hey, I want to be a director. I'm going to do whatever it takes and see as many people. And then I just ended up being, you know, selling $74,000 because that was I was trying to become a director. So it really just kind of happens. And obviously hard work, you know, obviously happens. But anyways, so that is how you break down the number, you guys. And so with a gold medal, let's use that again as our example for this. So that is, 35 faces you're seeing. So that means you would sell around $3,500. And so you would keep half of that because we make 50%. We love that. And that would be, about $1,200. So there's your $1,000 right there with getting your gold medal, you guys. Isn't that exciting? Okay, so that is how you break down the faces. So if your income goal, I see a lot of you put 1,000 in the chat, $1,000 extra a month. That would be great. Some of you put 500, also great. So let's say you want to make an extra $1,000, okay? So let's see, how many faces would that be? So that would be 20 faces. So you would need to book about 27 if a third, hold. So that is kind of how you break down a number, you guys, of a goal. And so you're like, great, this is amazing, but how do I break this down into a daily thing that I can actually do to book these spaces and get them to have the income and have the team building results, right? So are y'all excited to learn how to do that? Raise your hand if you're like, okay, yay, I can break this down. Yay. Okay, I see your hands. Okay, you guys. So we all know and love our bubble sheets, and if you're new, you're like, what the heck is a bubble sheet? Sounds fun. So this is a bubble sheet, you guys, and this is how we track our bookings. And so you guys know Miss Shannon Driggers, who's a director, she will talk about bubble sheets until the day she dies. And when we came to seminar together, we were all joking with each other because every time we asked her how she did it, she was just like, bubble sheet, bubble sheet, bubble sheet in her cute little accent. And we're like, Shannon, oh my goodness, but it's true. So you guys, this is a bubble sheet if you haven't seen one before. And basically what it is, you guys, is it's a way to track your bookings. So yes, Karen is showing up all her completely filled out bubble sheets that she's been doing. Okay, you guys, so what this is it is a blank sheet of paper, right? And there's 56 little bubbles on it. And what it does is it helps you track out, who you're booking. So I'll show you what it is. You can see on the top. So what you'll do when you reach out, you write their little name on the line. So this one says Sandy. And then if you leave them a message, you'll put a slash in the bubble. And then if you talk to them, you put an X. And if they book the appointment, you fill it in. Okay. So it helps you like track it. So there's 56 little bubbles on here. And it's so helpful. It's so helpful. I don't know what we did without these. So what you do typically, I find with my bubble sheets, I think everyone's number is a little different, but I feel like I get about 5 to 7, 5 to 6 yeses per sheet. That's what I would say, like my average. Sometimes more people, like you're gonna get more yeses from different ways of lead generating. For example, if it's people you know, probably they're more likely to say yes to you than a bunch of strangers on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So if you're filling your sheet mainly with people you know, it might be more like 10 people are going to say yes. If it's more with like, Facebook people, it's probably going to be more like 5 to 6. So take that into account when you're doing your sheet. So, that is the bubble sheet. So just think of your average. I see someone put in the chat, yes, theirs is typically like 5 or 7. So let's say that, 6 people, let's just put in the middle. Let's say 6 people say yes per sheet, okay? So breaking that down with your goal, if you need to have 46 booked to get your gold medal, like we're using that as our example, right? So you're like, I need 46 booked in order to see 35, in order to get my 5 booked, in order to have my 1,200. It's so deep, right? You're like, oh my gosh, Amelia, this is so many numbers. I'm going to throw up. Don't worry. It's fine. We'll be okay. We'll be okay together. Okay, you guys, if you need to have 46 faces seen and it's average 6 people say yes, that's about 7.5 bubble sheets. That's what that would equal. Okay, so like 7.5. So if you want to have your gold medal, ladies, by the end of this month, that would be doing 2 bubble sheets Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday this week. That would mean you do 2 of these sheets this week every day. Okay, that's what that would break down to. Or you could do one this week and one every day next week with regard for Sunday because we rest on Sundays. No. But anyways, so that is how you break up the bubble sheet number. So now let's say your goal is to have $1,000. You're like, my $1,000. So that would break down to about 4.5 bubble sheets. And if you want that by the end of September, that was your goal. That would just be about 1 bubble sheet per day this week. So that means you're going to do a bubble sheet tomorrow. You're going to do a bubble sheet the next day and so on until Sunday. So that is how you break down your goal, you guys, of how to do, what is my daily action that I can take every day to get to my goal. And thank you, Karen. She just posted the link for the bubble sheet. Coming in clutch. Let's go. Thank you, Karen. Okay, so that is in there and we could send it to you guys too. And so I want to tell you, with anything, you guys, everything can be broken down. There's this amazing book. It's called The Slight Edge. I'm sure many of you have heard of it before, but it's by Jeff Olson. And he just talks about the slight edge in knowing that 95% of the world basically are one way, and then 5% have learned what the slight edge is. And that is basically just the concept, you guys, that it's literally what it says on the back of the book. It enables you to make daily choices that will lead you to the success and happiness you desire. And basically the whole point of the book is he just tells you that if you want something done, a lot of people think if what is it? Hold on, I'm trying to say this. The successful people, he says, they know that the little actions now are going to have delayed gratification and they will have my success in the future, right? So it's like the idea of like going to school every day. You know that if you keep going to school every day, at the end of 4 years, you're going to graduate versus, working whatever, doing the opposite. You get the idea. Anyways, so that's like the whole point of the book. And it's really powerful. But just thinking to yourself, you guys, doing one little step every day is what's going to help you climb that mountain and get to that goal. And it might be like, oh my gosh, I do not want to do 2 bubble sheets every day this week. I do not have the time for that. But just think of your goal and what we talked about in the beginning and remind yourself that he is more than able and you are more than able. But we also want to be realistic and think, okay, where am I going to get these names to fill out this sheet? That's probably what's running through your mind. Raise your hand if you're like, that's exactly what I was thinking. How the heck am I going to find all these people? Michelle and Diana and Brittany are like, oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so there's so many ways to get people to fill it out and to fill out your sheet, you guys. And tonight's training isn't going to be fully on that because we have lots of trainings on networking that I can send you. But I just definitely want to touch on it a little bit because obviously it's really important and it's the main bread and butter is the people, right? So the main thing you could do is just make a list, and these are just a few different things. So first and foremost, it's always going to be people you know. Like that is just the first thing because those people, they obviously know you, so they trust you and they love you. And we know that when people love you and they have fun with you, they want to introduce you to their friends. Like you think about it, when you get a friend and you have another friend and you're like, hey, meet my friend, she's awesome. So that is the first thing, is people you know. So think, okay, go through your contacts list. Who is this? Who is Susie Q? And almost make a wedding list if you haven't done this yet, and think, if I were to walk down the aisle again and like put on the white dress and all, who would I want there seeing me? Those people are gonna most likely want to support you. And then from there, you can think, okay, who are my kids' friends' moms? Like, who are the people I see at church every week? Who's in my yoga class? Who goes to my church? Who's a soccer mom? Who works at my grocery store? You see so many people in a week that you don't even think about. And you're like, psh, Susie, never, never take an opportunity away from someone because you make an assumption about them is a really big thing. It's up to her to say no. It's not your decision to make for her. And she's probably going to say yes. Okay, because who wouldn't want a free facial, right? Can I get an amen? But anyways, you guys, that's the first thing is people you know. And then the second thing is, of course, referrals. And so at our facials, we always get referrals because we play that little referral game. So you probably have some of those lying around. And if you have old referrals, I actually recently went back because Megan and I had a challenge for ourselves the last week of August to do 3 bubble sheets every day in a week. And we were like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But I was like, Amelia, God will provide. If he provides food for the birds every day, he can provide names for your bubble sheets. And so anyways, I went back through all my old referrals, and there's some people in there that might have just plain darn forgot that you ever texted them, because remember, we're forgetful. So just go back through and send them a reminder. And then also of course, reaching out to people on Facebook and Instagram, go through all your followers, all your friends, and you can find lots of people in Facebook groups. Karen is really great at that. And also people in your town and in your state to have a state portfolio. That's really helpful as well, you guys. That's a great way. And then, of course, going through your customers list as well. If you are a consultant and already have a customers list, that's really great. And then the last thing, you guys, is you can fill your sheet with is warm chatting people and facial jars. And we have lots of trainings on how to do this, but warm chatting is basically when you're just literally meeting people like you see. And like, you guys ever like go out and like you're in the grocery store and you see someone, like you see a girl and you're like, man, she's so sharp, or man, she's such a hard worker. Like those are the types of ladies where you're like, hey, can I ask you a random question? And they're like, sure. And you're like, you seem like such a hard worker. I'm looking to bless 3 women this week with a free pampering session. Like, would you let me bless you and give you a pampering? And then I did this today, and she was like, oh my gosh, I'm a mom. You said the word pampering. And I was like, I'm in. And so you can meet so many great ladies just literally every day. You're like, I go to the store, I drop my kids off at school. Such a great thing. And then also facial jars are like our cute little giveaway jars you can leave in businesses that lead generate for you. And so feel free, inbox me if you want more deets on those, but they're mainly in our How to Book New Faces and Parties scripts. So that is a full little Google Doc we have. So anyways, like I said, I wasn't going to go too much into the nitty-gritty, but I just wanted to get your guys' brains working on how you can meet new people to fill up your sheets. And also, if you've done facial jars in the past, again, you can go back through and message all those people that have won but never booked. I did that too. And I got a few, I got this girl that came over, and then she filled up 2 referral sheets at her appointment. She was like, I'm going. And I was like, you want another one? And she was like, yeah, sure. And so I gave her another paper, and she kept filling it out. And so that's just because I went through and I reached out to all the people who had been gifted, a session from a friend. So it's really, really helpful, you guys. So that's how to break down your bubble sheet and just some ideas of how to fill them this week. And just remember to yourself, you are more than able, you guys. And the last thing I'm going to do is, before I give you this last nugget, is having a power partner is going to be something that's really essential and really helpful for you guys this week in finishing your goal by the end of September. And so this is an accountability partner. And so that's why I had you guys all pop your goals in the chat, because you can see who has the same goal as you. And so if you saw someone that popped it in the chat, like what was the same as you, just like write their name down, and then you can box them later and say like, hey, do you want to be my accountability or my power partner this week? Because I know Megan and I, when we decided to be power partners that last week of August, it was probably more likely I would have given up like halfway through the week if I didn't know. I have to send Megan a picture of my bubble sheet tonight because she's going to send me hers, and I don't want to not have mine. Okay, so that is really helpful. So you guys look through the chat, pick who's going to be my power partner. and just tell each other, okay, this is how many bubble sheets I want to have done by the end of the day this week, every day, or by the end of this week. And if you're new, I think it's great to have someone that you're new running with too, whether it's planning your launch party or like, okay, I'm going to get this many people at my launch party, whatever. So if you're new, you can kind of tweak and adjust it, but focusing on your launch party is great, but there's nothing holding you back from booking more faces for the future too. There's nothing holding you back from starting. So yeah, find a power partner, you guys. Find out what you're gonna do for accountability. And then the last thing, you guys, that I want to share is just this excerpt from the book, The Slight Edge. And I was reading it last night, and it asked this question, and I want to ask you all it because it's kind of like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna read it to you. So this is a pop quiz. Are you guys ready? Little pop quiz. So pop quiz: 5 frogs sit on a lily pad. Maybe you've heard this before, maybe you haven't. Okay, 5 frogs are sitting on a lily pad, you guys. Pop quiz. One decides to jump off. How many are left? Okay, so I'm going to read that one more time. 5 frogs are sitting on a lily pad. One decides to jump off. How many are left? That's literally the pop quiz. You're like, Amelia, are you serious? Okay, if you answered 4, then your math skills are just fine. Okay, you're like, okay, thank God. Unfortunately,
They all fell off.
sorry, what'd you say?
I think when they jumped, they all fell off.
Oh, that's a really good guess. Okay, listen to this. So if you answer 4, your math skills are fine. It says, unfortunately, this isn't a math problem. It's a life problem. The correct answer is 5. Yes, all 5 are still sitting there on their lily pad, you guys, because that one frog only decided to jump. Okay, he only decided to jump, but he actually hasn't done it yet. He actually hasn't jumped off his lily pad. And plenty of people invest a good amount of time and effort actually just accumulating knowledge, and they still end up living their lives on the failure curve, you know, that 95% of people I was telling you guys about, because the success curve and mastering the slight edge and moving into that way of life, it's not only a question of the quantity of your learning, but also the quality of that learning, and especially whether that learning includes any doing. Okay, so isn't that crazy? I read that last night and I was like, it's 4, right? And I was like, oh wait, okay, it's 5, because that one frog, you know, he decided to jump off, but he actually didn't do it. So I just wanted to leave you guys with that tonight, and just actually do. You can decide you're going to do, but actually deciding you're going to do and doing are very 2 different things. So find your power partner and run with her, run to the ends of the world together. No, I'm just kidding. But just do your goal with her this week. And what I can do, I'll post the link to the bubble sheets and the weekly plan sheets in our Voxer group chat after this for you guys, so you have it. And I'll post how to book new faces in parties. So I'll post those 3 links so you all have them like right in one spot. But I'm really excited for you guys just running to get your gold medals and to be in red, have your $1,000, be in DIQ by the end of September. And I hope you guys took a lot away from tonight, and just remember and listen to that song by Elevation Worship. He is more than able, and it has a bunch of other great lines in there too. But even tomorrow morning when you're like, okay, today's the day I said I was gonna do it, listen to that song and just remember and just do. So you guys can do this, and I hope y'all learned a lot tonight. So did anyone have any last question before we dive into marketing? Because we have like 1 minute, so I didn't know if anyone had a question. Thank you guys, you're so welcome. Yes, their song sets are amazing. All right, you guys, well, if you are all set and you don't have a guest for marketing, we can kindly invite you to hop off, and I'm so glad y'all were here tonight. I will post that after we get off our marketing, and this is for prospects you have that are interested in learning more about the business, they join at 8 and they can answer questions. So if you have a guest, feel free to stay. If not, we kindly ask you to leave. And I love you guys so much. I'm so glad you're all on tonight. Go have an amazing week. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Goodbye. All right. All right. I'm going to let these guests in here in 1 minute. Megan just said Lissa. She'll be on marketing. Okay. Awesome. Megan has a guest on. Great. All right. Okay. Bethany's here. Let's see who's in the waiting room. We've got Samantha and Lynn. Does anyone have a guest called Casey coming on? Anyone? Okay. Well, we'll let her in. We'll ask. Samantha's here. Great. And someone named Susan. Hello. All right. Hi, ladies. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all so much for being here tonight for our little double dare call. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Hi, Casey. Hey, Samantha. Feel free to unmute or say hey. Oh, hi, Samantha. It's so good to see you again.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're so glad that you guys are here, and thank you for being here for your consultant or to help her with her training or to answer any of your questions too. And Mallory, I see that. Okay, girl, you have a good night. All right, you guys. So how this will work, we're just gonna basically introduce ourselves to each other. So I'm Amelia, and I am a sales director with Mary Kay, obviously. And I have been building my business for just over a year. And I started right when I had graduated high school, and I didn't know anything about skincare. Literally, I had acne all over my face, and I had such bad social anxiety. I couldn't even order my food at a restaurant. And so that was me. And I'm so glad I didn't let that hold me back. And get started because now I'm on my way to having my first ever 6-figure income year next year. But I'm an Anna 5 and I love family, and I'm really excited to be able to meet you guys. So if you just want to share what your name is, who invited you, and what you do, I would love to hear. So Susan, since you were unmuted first, would you like to go first?
Obviously my name is Susan Mackey. I was invited by Dreama. Dreama and I worked together when she was teaching here in Texas. I was her principal. I have since retired, so I have a home bakery and do custom cookies.
Wow, stop it. Do you do like sugar cookies or like all types?
Sugar cookies.
Oh, they're
Stop.
beautiful. You should see them.
Oh my gosh. Do you have like an Instagram or a Facebook account?
I do. I have it's called Susan's Sugary Sweets. It's on Facebook.
We all need to follow this right now. Everyone, I'm writing this down. Susan's Sugary Sweets. That's amazing. I love that. And how long have you been doing that for?
Just a couple of years. I was doing it, in the evenings when I'd get home from work. And now that I'm retired, I can do it whenever I want.
Yeah, girl, you get it. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. It was so nice to meet you, Susan. Yeah, and then Casey or Samantha, would you like to go next?
Hi, I'm Casey. Jocelyn was the one who introduced me back into Mary Kay. So I'm taking this opportunity to just kind of find out more about the company and just kind of like at an older age. I did Mary Kay back when I was 12 under my mom's name. And I kind of did it for about a year, and then high school kind of started. So it was kind of like all over the place, still learning things. I currently work at Publix full time, and I'm possibly looking into something that can better help me with my career.
That's amazing, Casey. I love that. And I actually did Mary Kay under my mom's name when I was 16. And so I know how it is. I know how it is. And so I love that. Well, I'm excited you're here. That's great. All right. And Samantha, would you like to go next?
I'm Samantha year ago, and Bethany invited me, and I used to sell Unique makeup.
Oh, wow.
And for about 2 or 3 years, And then I just decided it wasn't for me. And so I quit selling. And I've been thinking about maybe getting into it again with Mary Kay.
That's amazing. And what do you do, Samantha? Are you working right now?
Well, I have a bachelor's in social work, but right now I am a personal caretaker and I've been with my client for 14 years.
Wow, that's a very important job. That's incredible that you do that, Samantha. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so glad you were able to be here tonight and be Miss Bethany's guest. And then Lissa, if you would like to go next, I think you're Megan's guest, if I can remember correctly. I'm excited to meet you.
Yes, I am Megan's guest. I work for the post office. I'm a mail carrier. She did chase me down in my mail truck, so that
Oh,
was funny.
yes. I love that. I think she told me about that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, okay, go do your spelling words. Go. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
My background actually mainly is geriatric care. I've been doing that for about 20 years. So the post office is quite a change.
Yes, I can imagine.
But she thought my makeup was pretty despite we don't have air conditioning and it was like melting off my face. But it was actually, I get compliments on my makeup all the time. Like, I don't know how you get it to stay on when it's like, 100, literally you temp it, it's about 115 degrees in our trucks.
That's
So
crazy. I don't know how you do that. That's literally so impressive. Like just that alone. I can see why
yeah,
she came up
it's
to
hard.
you. Yeah.
But
Oh my
I did buy the lower set of skincare from her. I'm pretty particular about my skin, actually really particular. And I actually really, really like it.
That's
So
amazing. I'm so glad. Well, your skin looks great, girl. We all agree. Probably your makeup looks so good. It really does. Oh
oh,
my
thank you. And I've been rained on all day and my, it's been a day.
Wow. Goals. Oh my gosh, girl. Well, thank you for being on and thank everyone for being on, being women's of their word. I really appreciate it. So how tonight is going to work, you guys. Basically, you guys can ask anything you would ever want to know about a Mary Kay business and you literally can't offend me. You can ask me anything. And the only thing I ask is that you don't ask product questions because our consultants already have training in the product. So just ask anything you'd want to know about the business. And then if you didn't know, you're actually going to get these awesome product coupons as a thank you for your time tonight. So that's exciting, right? So you guys, without further ado, to respect y'all's time, we'll just dive on in. So who has the first question?
I have a question.
Go for it.
So looking at managing your time and customers and products, what is your strategy for managing all of that?
Good question. Yeah, that's a really good question, Susan. So I want to show you, we train our consultants on these things, Susan. They're called weekly plan sheets. And what we do is we put in all your God time, all your family time, and then your career time. And then we just find the little windows of time you have in your week for Mary Kay to sprinkle it in. A little sprinkle, if you will. So like this is my planner. I use highlighters. So like pink is family for me. And then, green was my business. And so you can see like this day, I've got like this little window. This week is not fully filled out yet, obviously. But anyways, that's how we manage your time. And so it's really great. You see your whole week laid out hour by hour. So it goes down in the day. And it really helps you keep your priorities in line and make sure that you aren't taking away from anything that's a priority in your life. And then as far as in that Mary Kay time, what you are doing, how to manage that, I like to encourage people to always do what we call IPAs first. So that means an income producing activity. And so that's like booking appointments, selling, sharing, and then everything else, like, organizing product. That's kind of like for after all of that main stuff is done. So that's how I teach my consultants on how to manage their time. And so I found it's been life-changing for me because I was never a planner organizer girl before I learned this. So that's what I would say. But did that answer your question, Susan?
You did.
Okay, awesome. All right, who's the next question?
So I have a question. So beforehand, I remember when I first started with Mary Kay, I know it was originally like $150, like $200 to start up. Now I know it's $35. But what entails in that little startup packet? I honestly just gave my Mary Kay bag, like the nice big one that comes with the full set when you start up. I just gave it away literally like a month or two ago. Because I didn't think I was going to be doing Mary Kay again, but
Yeah.
what is the startup package looking like when we get involved?
Really good question. So what that basically looks like is the 35 is what we call an e-start, you guys. So that gets you a website and a credit card processor, and then you get like a little like welcome pamphlet in the mail with like a TimeWise sample. So that's what you get for the 35. It's called an e-start. So it's mainly just virtual, nothing really physical. And then there is another option. You can get a sample pack add-on or a pro start tote that you get a cute little tote and like some products. And I think that one's like around 100. But most people really tend, Casey, just to get the 35, and then you have a 15-day window to decide if you want to get the other one. So usually people just, start for the 35 and then talk with their director and decide what's best for them.
Okay. Can I ask another question?
Sure.
All right. So going back to what Susan asked, I actually had the same question, like how do you time manage everything? So I also work in a restaurant, so I tend to have very booked full days. But whenever I do have that small downtime, like let's say I go into the restaurant at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I have small downtime in the beginning of my day. If I only wanted to do Mary Kay for like one day of the week or just like a couple times, nothing like super crazy, how would that look for like scheduling wise? Like how would that be able to be implicated? Just like to schedule everything around that. I know it's time management and all, but also I know Mondays, I think you guys do your meetings in general. So what if you're not also able to go to that because of work?
Good question. So the meetings are always recorded if you need to watch them like the next day or like whenever. So that's about the recording of the meeting. And then as far as that would go, it's great since you make your own schedule, you would really pick when those days you would want to do this would be, and you get to pick. So if you did, let's say you want to do them on Thursday nights at 8 or Saturdays at 1, we do have group facials where you can utilize those, and they're really great. So you can do like, let's say you just pick Thursday nights and Saturdays out the Saturdays afternoon for that reason. That's kind of what that would look like. But honestly, it's really just you picking when you want to do it. And then, just kind of doing it. So I don't know if that was helpful, but it's pretty much that simple.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Okay, really good questions. All right, and then Lissa, did you have a question?
I actually do. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm like multitasking. I'm listening and helping my daughter with homework and making dinner, and
You're Superwoman. We get it. You're amazing.
Your homework. Okay, so my mom, after I'd met with Megan, my mom had said, I came home and told her about it. And she's like, do not sell Mary Kay. I see those people everywhere. I don't know how much money they make, but they are everywhere. You will make nothing. And I'm like, oh, well, I don't see them everywhere, but I mean, and I'm everywhere. So I don't know. how good business is if like, you know, I'm in Port Orange. I work in New Smyrna, but if there's, you know, like 50 women in Port Orange selling Mary Kay, like how easy is that going to be to sell?
That's a really good question. I like to take Lynchburg, Virginia as an example of this. I don't know if you've ever heard of Lynchburg, but that's where Liberty University is, and that is where
Okay.
Megan is from. She's from like Forest Lynchburg and her mom. And
Okay.
there's probably more Mary Kay consultants in that town in that state of Virginia than I've ever seen in my life. And
Okay.
there is always new women that need skincare. Like when you think of it, the population for your town, I don't know what it is, but like let's say it's like 50 to like even 10,000. Like that's a really big gap. And there's always people. There's always more people. There really is. So I know my team member I have in Lynchburg hasn't found that to be a problem, and that's probably one of the most Mary Kay populated places I can think of. So I think to answer your question, Lissa, there's always more women that need help with their skin, and I think finding people is never it's never a problem to find girls that want free facials and help with their skin. So I don't know if
Well,
that is
how easy is it to find people? Because I was explaining to Megan that, you know, I was dragged into the Lavelle, the whole weight loss thing, and I'm like, yeah, no, because that was like you're having to convince someone to spend $150, and then you know you get people under them and they get stuff for free, and I'm like, you know what, I don't have time for this. But and then I did someone roped me into like the perfume sales on the street. That was like for a very short time. So someone who's not like, I'm very social, but I'm not like a super social sales butterfly. So what would you say for people that aren't really comfortable selling to other people?
That's a really good question. For me, Lissa, I would put myself in that category, to be honest with you. Like I said in the beginning, I don't know if you heard, but I could hardly even order my food at a restaurant when I started Mary Kay, and so I also had no other job, so this was like my first job. And so I was the definition of no experience, like this girl has anxiety, like it's going out of style. That was me. And I have found that women just they just want to feel seen, Lissa. And so when you can just start with the people you know, right? We all know at least 5 women, right? So 5 people, they love you, they support you, or like your friends, right? And I find when people love you and they have fun with you, they want to introduce you to their friends because that's just how we are, right? And you can almost take Facebook as an example of networking, for example. So you have 5 people you know, they probably all have like 50 friends on Facebook at least. And so they're going to introduce you to those people, and then it just kind of builds naturally from there. So I would say it really is more easy than you would think. And you really just start with those few people. And then from there, you can really build it to, you know, having 50 to 100. And now I personally have almost 500 customers. Here where I am in Connecticut. But all that to say, I would say it really just starts with a few people.
Okay, I'm done.
Did
Sorry.
that answer your question?
Okay.
Yeah,
It did. Yes.
good.
Yes. I mean, I do like to talk and meet people, obviously.
Yes.
Being a mail carrier, but it's a little different when you have to try to sell something.
Right. And I love in Mary Kay, we're not about sell, you guys. We're really just about building relationships and loving on women. And so I find no one likes salespeople. Like, right, as women, we love to buy, but we hate to be sold. And so if you're just your genuine self and you're like, girl, let me love on you, and then everything else just kind of comes from there because they fall in love with their skin, you know? So yeah, that's what I would say. And Susan, did you have another question?
I do. Like what is the most difficult part of getting started and how do you overcome it?
Good question. Let me think about this. I would say I think the most difficult part about getting started is probably just yourself being your inner critic. I think we can talk ourselves out of things for no reason except fear. And my dad always jokes, he says, nothing's stopping you but fear and common sense. He always jokes and says that. But anyways, I think it really is just, after your launch party, when you're kind of jumping off that high, just being intentional about, even like Casey said, like just picking those 2 times per week to do it and just doing the process, which is really easy once you just do it. And it's just telling yourself, oh, this is just a process. Yeah, I'm gonna do it, and just implementing it. And I found everything is a 90-day cycle season. And so once you can do something for 90 days, it becomes a habit and it's just very natural. So I find if women can really just commit to doing it for 90 days, they're typically good for forever. So that's what I would say. So I don't know if that answered your question, but just from my experience, I was like, I think the women that just make up their mind and commit to giving it their all for like that certain amount of time, they really do the best.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right.
I have one last question.
All right.
So, while I'm working full time, working 2 jobs, what would you say if you were in my position? What would be like your opinion of when you would pull out of working like your main full-time job to making this a full-time position?
That's a really great question. I like the way you think, girlfriend. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
would say, of course, I would say once you kind of get the income that is on your other job. For me, I worked another job. I worked at a hair salon, and it came to the point, Casey, where it just wasn't worth my time monetarily to stay at my other job because I was making more money per hour with Mary Kay. And so when that comes to that point where you're like, okay, I can make more money in 2 hours at a skincare party than spending 6 hours here at work. This just makes sense. Let's just make my life a little easier. And so that's what it's almost like think work smarter, not harder type of thing. Instead of going to work for like, a full day, at a party, you can sell $500 and like that's what you would make in a week at work sometimes. So
Yeah.
yeah, right. So that's kind of my thought process. So hopefully that helps.
Okay. No, that's a great way to look at it because I was like trying to decipher on whether or not that would be a great opportunity for me. But does Mary Kay do anything about like 401k matching or do anything with 401k, or is it strictly like you would have to have your own personal finances on the side put together? Because I know like Publix does 401k and stocks and everything, so I didn't know how that might work with Mary Kay.
Really good question. So we don't have 401k or anything like that. But they do, of course, have the car program where you can earn the use of a
Yes.
free car. So that's really big for me. And I know like, everyone's probably paying for a car in some way, shape, or form. So
Mhm.
once you can get to that point, which is when you're a director, which, like I said, is like the full-time income, that's what I have.
Okay.
Once you get to that point, it saves yourself so much money for not having to pay for a car that you can
Mhm.
kind of use that money towards those other things. So it kind of makes up for itself in the end, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's what I would say. And if you don't want a car, you can take cash compensation instead to put that towards other things too, like
Wow.
insurance. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
that's how I would lay that out. And then Samantha, did you have any questions? I didn't hear you ask anything, so I just wanted to make sure you didn't have any, friend.
Well, everybody kind of had the same questions that I had so far, but one question that I had was, when I used to do Unique, they used to tell us that we had to be online every day on Facebook every day doing makeup tutorials and stuff like that. And that was hard for me to be able to find time to do that. And they said that's how you make your business, blah, blah, blah. Is it like that with Mary Kay too, or do you go another route? Like, do you have
Yeah.
or that you can sell out of booklets. Because I also had people that don't get on Facebook and don't do online paying that wanted to order stuff, and that kind of like they were put off a little bit because of it.
Yeah, Samantha, this will probably make you excited. We're not like that at all. So we don't have any quotas, monthly quotas or anything like that. You can make your own goals and your own, your own dreams. So you don't have to post on Facebook or anything like that. But obviously you can if you want to, because it's fun. But you don't have to. So hopefully that answers your question. And the main way we make our money is by doing a skincare class. I found, and we have one of the highest retention rates in all of America. 80% of our customers are customers for life in Mary Kay. And so I found, Samantha, just having, even a few of those skincare classes or couple, whatever your goal is, depends on what your goal is, just however many you do, it really is enough to get your income versus posting on Facebook or something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Good question. And obviously, Facebook can help. Like, I have a customer group on Facebook, and when I post, like, oh, I'm wearing this eyeshadow, usually, Susie Q texts me and she's like, hey, I want that eyeshadow. So, it can be helpful, but you don't have to do it, is the moral of my story. So, yeah, did anyone have any last minute questions?
I actually do. Sorry, I have my video off and on mute for just chaos purposes, but
You're fine. You're fine. You're doing the most, girl.
What is okay, so with the post office, it's hard because with my position, they can work me like 15, 20 days in a row. They don't, thank God. But I do work like 6 days a week and probably about 10 hours a day. What is the income potential like if you were to try to work around that?
Good question. Do you say 6 days per week?
I work 6 days a week, about 10-hour days, 10, 11-hour days.
So what I would do if I were you, I would probably, on that one day you're off, I would probably prioritize stacking a bunch of people for one big skincare class online. So for example, let's say Saturday is your day off. We have hydrofacials or you're probably working on Saturdays.
I work
but-
every weekend, girl.
Yeah, girl, you're right. I don't know. Let's say it's like
Like a
Thursday.
Wednesday or a Tuesday is pretty
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah, there you go. So let's say it's like a Wednesday. Let's say like every Wednesday, that's your time, like that you do it. So what I would do, I would just pick one time, that once a week where you book your appointments for, and almost do like a big skincare class, like our hydrofacials. Like we usually do them Thursday nights at 8. So like for you, I don't know if you get off work by Thursday nights at 8, but like you could just stack a bunch of people on there. And then Megan and our mentors, they do all the teaching for us. And so you just you just invite people, plug them in, and then you just do a little follow-up call with them when they're done. So it's really easy. So that's probably what I would do if I were you. I would just stack all of your appointments for like one time a week. That way you're really thinking smarter and not harder. So
okay,
that's probably what I would do. All right. Well, I think Casey has one more question. She's
One
like,
more. I'm so sorry. Because I was thinking back to when you said you had 500 customers. So are they people that you know or that you have at least talked to eventually or see on a daily basis? And if they are or aren't, what is the time frame that you give somebody until you reach back out? Hey, I noticed you haven't made like an order in a little while. Were you looking to get your skincare needs still? Or were you looking at something else? Like, how do you go about that? And that is the final question I have for you.
all right, girl. No, good question. We go by something called the, what's it called? It's called 2 by 2 by 2 or something like that. It's called like 2, 2, 2. And so once they buy their skincare or makeup, we check in after 2 days, 2 weeks, and 2 months to see how they're liking their skincare.
Okay.
And that way you are having excellent customer service that they wouldn't get if they bought a shampoo at Target, because obviously
Yeah.
Target's not going to ask you how you're liking your shampoo after 2 weeks.
Mhm.
But we have that in Mary Kay, and so people love it. And
Okay.
so it's just like a little system, and they have it where you can do it automatically on the Mary Kay like little app we have that kind of like emails them automatically every like 2x2x2 thing I said. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I would say. Good question. Very
Cool.
solid
And
last question. Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine.
Um,
You're fine.
and so let's say if I were to sign up, but I gave it some time and thinking, would I still be in contact with you? And would you be like the person I would go to? I think you said it before, you would be kind of like my mentor. So would I reach out to you for like every question I had and like all the other things after the fact that I'm already affiliated?
Yeah, so Megan,
Okay.
she's not here because she's in Hawaii on a trip with her hubby that she earned through Mary Kay. So she is literally the best. She would be your director, Jocelyn, I believe.
Okay.
Or Casey, because she's Jocelyn's director. So she would be like your right-hand girl, and she's like your built-in mentor, your built-in
Okay.
yeah, your built-in help. So she's always
That's
there.
good to know.
Yeah, she's
Perfect.
always there. Yeah, and we kind of help you guys when you start, like for the first like so long. Like we really do everything together. Like you're really not alone. So, all right, you guys. Well, my last question, I just have one more question for you, and then we will go to respect y'all's time tonight. But my last question is just where you're at on an A, B, or C scale. And so A means you'd want to pay full price and keep being a customer, which is fine because obviously we need our customers. And then B means for 35 bucks, you would love to be what's called a product ambassador. And so that's basically, if you guys have heard of like a Costco or like a Sam's Club membership, it's like the Costco for Mary Kay. I like to think of it as. And so you sign up for the 35, and for your first active order, you get everything at the 50%. And then C means, girl, for 35 bucks, heck yeah, I could really use some extra money and some flexibility. Like, let's give it a shot. Why the heck not? So, where would everyone say they're at? And they could either pop it in the chat or unmute, whatever is easier for you.
I would say that I'm personally at like that B or C mark. I've been really trying to think about my career and see where I want to be with it. I wouldn't necessarily leave Publix right off the bat because that's something I would take a second with. But I think it would be a really great opportunity just to check out the waters, see how I feel about it. And, you know, if it doesn't really like expire while I'm doing things, like I can always pop in once a month or something like that just to stay active.
Oh yeah, girl, seriously. And it's so totally normal not to like right off the bat like leave your job. No one's expecting you to do that, but of course down the road as you build it, it really might turn into that for you, which is exciting. So, Jocelyn will definitely contact you, and we'll get your quick info for your registration form for sure, Casey. All right.
Thanks.
Of course. And then Susan, were you typing or did you want to share?
Hold
Sorry.
on.
No, you're good. I saw you were unmuted, but I also saw you were typing. So I was like, I wasn't sure.
Am I still muted? I'm not muted, right?
No, I can hear you.
I'm between an A and a B simply because my cookie business is really picking up. This month I've had more cookie orders than I've ever had. And with holidays coming up, it's just that constant busyness. So right now, between an A and a B.
Oh my gosh.
Getting products at half price is very enticing because I'm a big couponer, so I like that.
Well, you know, one thought, Susan, you could always just sign up for the 35 bucks, fully recognizing that you're in a season right now, right? It's just a season. And you could just use this time to almost sell as a hobby or just get your discount and just get fully acclimated to the products in the training. And that way, when you're out of this season, you can almost hit the ground running with an edge because you're already familiar with so much. So
tell me what the $35, like, is it a one-time thing? Is it a monthly thing? What is it?
So it's just one time 35 bucks, and the only thing you have to do is just place that one active order per year, and you never have to pay the 35 again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Right?
So now I'm closer to a B.
Okay, girl. Well, if you want, we can get your quick info for your registration form, and it's really simple. Like I said, it's just like your name, number, and email. So that's perfect. And then Samantha, I saw in the chat that you are a B. So if you want to stay on after Samantha, Bethany and I, and you can too, Susan, I can put us in a room if you'd like. We could just grab your guys' quick info. And then last but not least, Lissa, what would you say you are, girl?
I'm sorry, read the options A, B, and C again.
Yes, of course. Okay, you're so fine. So A is pay full price to be a customer for now, and then B is pay the 35 to be a product ambassador. So like you just are getting your discount for 50%. And then C means girl for 35. Yeah, let's give it a shot. So where would you say you're at, girl?
I'd say between an A and a B as well. It would be something that I would definitely have to think over because, like I said, I'm not really a salesperson. So I would have to, I mean, I'd have to think about it a little bit more.
Oh my gosh. Well, Lissa, if you're not the sales type, that would make you really great at this because I found people that are salesy, they honestly don't do well. Like they literally don't last long because we don't like salespeople. Like literally, I know it sounds
I'm one that like ducks and dodges from car salesmen because like I see them come over and I'm like ducking behind the cars because I don't want them to like talk to me.
right? I know. It's like it's so true. So girl, if you're not the sales type, I feel like if you don't have any of those characteristics of what you could think of your head, like what do I think a pushy salesperson is, right? You could think of that. If you don't have any of those characteristics, you're probably not going to be like that, which I'm guessing you don't, right?
No.
And so, I don't want you to be a pushy salesperson either because they don't get very far with people, as we know.
No.
And I know with people like customers might invite you in their home once, but they won't invite you in their home twice if you're like that, right? And so what I've kind of observed is like honestly the most successful entrepreneurs build a sustainable business that's built on relationships and trust. And that's what really works in the long term. So how good are you think at building relationships, Lissa?
Oh, I'm really good at it. I mean, 20 years in the geriatric field, and I mean, I've worked with the Alzheimer's dementia a lot too. So, I mean, you have to build relationships there, but
Yeah.
I mean, I do it on my route all the time.
I'm sure you do. That's amazing. And girl, the fact that you're concerned about being pushy alone is evidence to me that you don't have it in you to be pushy. So I
Well,
love
that's what I liked about Megan actually, because she had me over, she did my makeup. She she did mention the more expensive skincare thing, but I was like, well, that's a little much. But then she mentioned like the $116 one. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try. So then I got the under eye things, which I keep falling asleep with them on, so they're on my face all night, but I mean, whatever. But
yes. Oh
but she wasn't pushy.
Yes, I love that. And how did that make you feel after your appointment, after you got your skincare and makeup done? How did you feel afterwards?
Good. I liked that she wasn't pushy. I kind of had a feeling, honestly, why I was going over there to get my makeup done.
Yeah.
So I kind of already knew what was coming. But I just listened to her, and like I said, she wasn't pushy or anything, which was really nice, and it didn't make it uncomfortable. Like I didn't feel like I was forced to buy anything.
Good. That's how you should never feel, of course. And so, with your people, how would you be almost passing on that same feeling and blessing them if you were to do it?
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like to force people to do anything, especially buy things, especially in this economy.
I hear you. So, honestly, Lissa, just thinking of that, talking through that, you could really benefit people the same way. So with knowing that, would that make you more comfortable to signing up to being a bee or even more in the future? With that being said?
Yeah, I think I would be probably just get the products for now. I would have to think on the selling part.
Yeah, of course. And I always say, Alyssa, give it the pink pillow test. That's what I say. I say the pink pillow test. If you're on the fence, maybe you're like, Casey, you're like, yeah, I'm good. But maybe you're like on the fence and you're like, I always say make a list of pros and make a list of the cons and then go to bed. And if you've been thinking about it all night long, it's probably a sign that this is something you should do. And if you haven't thought about it at all, it's probably not the right season. But that way you can kind of know and like close that door in your heart. And so, if you'd like, Lissa, Megan can just touch base in a day or two to see just like where your heart's at around it. But she appreciates you, being her customer so much. And I know if you ever did do this, you would be so good, girl, because you're so genuine. You're like one of the most genuine girls I think I've ever met. So,
Yeah, I relate to people well. I have a hard time selling stuff.
oh my gosh, I know. Well, make that list, girl. Might change your mind. You might, might surprise you or might not. But either way, then you'll know. So thank you all so much for just being on tonight. And what we'll do, Casey, Jocelyn will get in contact with you. And then Samantha and Susan, if you want to stay on, that would be awesome. And we'll just grab your quick info. So for everyone else, we'll say good night. And I hope you all have an amazing rest of your evening. It was really nice getting to meet you all. You're all awesome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Of course. Bye, Casey. Can't wait to see you again.
Yes,
Bye.
ma'am. Bye.
All right. And then Samantha, let's see. Okay, Susan hopped off. I think her internet wasn't working. But Samantha, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Oh, Susan's still there. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Well, what I'll do, I'll just put us in a breakout room, and Susan and Dreama, if you want, I can put you in a breakout room, or I can put you in a breakout room alone, or then I can join. Dreama, what would you prefer? Would you prefer I do it with you guys?
Yeah, I think if you could help me walk me through it, because I've only done it once, I think, and you help me.
I got you. I got you, girl. Well, I have Bethany's right here. So we'll just do this super quick while we're all already together because it just makes sense, right? So Samantha, the first thing I'll just need is your phone number, and it's just gonna text you a code making sure you're Samantha. So what's your phone number, girl?
It's 304
Mhm.
640 4899.
Okay. And then once you get that, you just let me know what it is, girl.
Amelia, did you get my link? Because I just sent it to you.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, okay. You're good.
Okay. And then Samantha, whenever you get that, just let me know what it is.
Know what's going on. I'm talking to you, but my Zoom is gone. I'm just gonna listen.
Okay.
I can't see anything. Anyway.
Let me hit ask to start video. There you go. And I'll hit ask to unmute. Samantha, you're muted. If you're talking to us, we can't hear you.